Hello and welcome once again to the Forward Compatible Podcast. This is episode 50 for January 20th, 2013. My name's Tony and I'm joined as always by my fellow podcasters Mark and Jason.
Fitty.
Good, now I can walk over to the table.
And we have a returning special guest. You guys all know him from, of course, the Zelda Dungeon. We got Moss back on the show for today.
How you doing, guys?
So how's everybody's week been?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? What happened? Anything interesting? Anything fun? Anything crazy?
I beat a lot of stuff. Still.
I quit my job.
There you go. That one up to me, so.
Yeah. Anybody eat anything weird?
Apparently you were this
I've been getting an obscene amount of like fun comments and stuff because of that.
Yeah.
No lying this week?
No lying this week. No,
yeah.
nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, what does Chipotle have? I mean, is that weird?
Yeah. Aside from that, I guess we can hop into our weekly roundtable and catch everybody up on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke.
Basically with me, I think I was very busy this week. I actually have a game releasing on Friday. I'm probably going to give everyone a free copy. I'll probably post it up on the Facebook if you want to give it a shot. It'll be out on Friday. Currently, we're calling it Human. That may change. I don't know. We'll see.
Who releases a game on Friday?
Game to be announced?
Like, what do you
No,
think?
title is still to be determined. We haven't really discussed it very much. But I'll have a free game for you guys on Friday if you want to give it a shot. That's what I've been working on. Besides that, I think I did probably get... I don't know if I played anything this week. I really don't.
That busy, huh?
I don't know. What did I play? I don't know. Go on. I actually don't even remember. It's that bad.
I finished The Walking Dead, finally.
About time, sir.
Yeah.
So now we can finally have the Walking Dead cast.
Yes. Almost cried.
Okay.
Almost cried. Bought the song at the end, of course.
You what?
bought it?
Bought the song that plays during the credits.
Oh,
I have the song.
I was like thinking back to when I beat it. I'm like, they didn't give me an option to buy it.
Would you like to buy this for 1,600 Microsoft points? Okay.
Did some WWE 13 last night with Adam and Andy, which was quite entertaining, especially since they don't normally play it. I don't know how the hell they managed it, but they were in a Hell in a Cell, and they made a chair bounce from the ring all the way to the ceiling and back down. It was kind of retarded.
Nice.
But
so you guys found a sweet glitch, huh?
No, there's tons of them. Tons of collision things in WWE. But we'll get to that a little bit later. The only other thing I did wasn't a video game, but it was video game related. I played some Gears of War board game last night also with Adam, Andy, and a buddy of mine named Oscar. It was like a 4-hour campaign.
I saw pictures of that on the what is it, Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are they doing over there?
A board game?
Yes.
Gears of War?
Gears of War board game. Right down there.
Right,
Was it enjoyable?
Take a look at that later on.
How was it?
This is like the third time we've played it. First time that we played with 4 players, I believe. It actually gets pretty damn difficult. And we were on like...
I'm just trying to think how you made a board game out of it.
We were on the first camp. It's co-op.
How do you make a co-op board game?
It's actually pretty interesting. Well, I'll have to show you guys one night.
Can you jump in the game?
I don't see why not. We had Oscar drop
No, you
out
can do
at
a
the
roll.
end. Yeah.
We do a roll.
Just gotta do.
We should get like a camcorder and do like let's play.
Let's play Gears of War board game.
Yeah.
I'll get the soundtrack playing in the background.
I'll jump in. I don't care.
All right. Well,
I like an occational board game.
We'll have to set that up for one
Do you
night.
have to jump in? Do you have to join party for that?
Yeah.
As for myself, I played a little bit of Gears of War with Angry Andy.
He's such a whore.
Why?
He just plays everything.
He plays everything with everyone. Yeah. I've been working on the Sly Cooper Platinums for the HD collection on my PS3, and aside from that, I really had a handheld filled week.
That was good.
You like that? You like that?
He didn't do that.
Played on my DS. I was doing a couple of the James Bonds.
That's what he's calling it these days.
Yeah. And on the Vita, I finally finished Uncharted Golden Abyss. I'm working on the platinum for that.
Ew, Golden Abyss.
I'm missing like
Didn't even know that.
5 trophies.
You talking about games still?
I don't know. I'm eating Skittles.
Aside from that, that's it. I really had a calm week too. Not much.
Sounds like it. Very calm
We went out
and
and
handheld.
drank on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little celebration for Jason Quinn's
Mark
job.
wasn't there.
I died
Yeah, bastard.
busy.
And how about yourself, sir?
I've been playing a fan game for The Legend of Zelda, part of a Let's Play
I
on
think
my
I saw
YouTube
about
channel.
that. Yeah.
It's like incredibly difficult. Like it's called Lost Isle. It's on the Zelda Classic builder. There's these group of guys that this was like 7 years ago. They redid the original Legend of Zelda, but on the PC, and then they made like a quest editor, and now there's like hundreds and hundreds of custom quests. So I picked one that was like one of the most popular, and I'm doing like a Let's Play, and it's really hard.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it actually. It looked megally difficult. I forget what part you're at, but there's a bunch of actually people trying to kill you.
Yeah, well, let's just say I've died more in the first 7 episodes of this Let's Play than I have in the last 7 Zelda games, I think. Yeah.
I actually had a quick question for you on something I saw that is not in our news stories. I saw something about it, but I didn't fully see what happened with that. Somebody actually took, which one was it, Skyward Sword, and up-resed it, like a fan-based... I don't know if you wanted to touch on that, if you know anything about it.
It's not a fan base. It's actually the actual game. Using the Nintendo Dolphin emulator. That's like the Nintendo GameCube / Wii emulator.
Yeah.
And it turns out the game actually runs in...
Full 1080, right?
More than 1080 or whatever it's
4K?
really built in. Yeah. No.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, but
20-something. I don't know what the resolution is, but...
something good.
Yeah. And then on the Wii, I guess it just gets crunched to 480 or whatever. I don't even know how it really
So
works.
they actually build it higher and then down-res it to fit on the Wii? Is that how it works?
I believe so. So it's like in its natural resolution, like outputted to 1080. It looks good, but yeah.
Not a big deal?
Yeah, not a big deal.
Okay.
They did it for the Wind Waker too, and that one looked a lot more impressive than Skyward Sword. If you see the up-res of that.
Well, Wind Waker, if it got up-res, it looked almost like it turned out like Ni no Kuni did, the newest one, because that thing looks gorgeous in that anime style. But, you know.
That's getting some good reviews too.
I'm not really into JRPGs. I'm not going to play it, but yeah.
I'm buying it for
it looks purty.
Yeah. No, I think was it Game Informer or IGN gave it like a 9 something. So yeah. That's the release for this week
9.4
on PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. News.
Cool. Sexy stories. Actually, Tony wrote these this week. I had a busy weekend again, so this is actually Tony's first look at his. I don't even know. Should I still call it sexy stories?
Well, didn't he do it during the Sexy Cast?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that's
my
right.
second.
Yeah, that's right. Because we did the
sexy.
Switch. I totally forgot. We haven't done a Switch in like 25 episodes.
We could do one of those next week if you want.
Oh yeah, you want to swap it up?
Mark's topic of the week.
Go left instead of right. Use the left hand. Never mind. Sorry, go. Going on. Here we go. First story. The next Xbox is going to use Skype for its no Coke opening. Oh
Yes.
dang it! I was looking one way and then it hit me from the other side. Anyway, next Xbox will use Skype. That is currently is a rumor, but it's more than likely true because I think it was back in 2011 when Microsoft bought out Skype
For $1 gazillion.
Yeah, was it $1 million or $1 billion? I can't remember.
Gazillion.
Yeah, gazillion.
Yeah.
In between those two.
No, yeah, it makes sense. They're going to knock out whatever system that the Xbox Live Party Chat system runs on now, and they're going to utilize Skype with it.
Yeah.
It'll probably allow more users, because what's it cut you off at right now? Xbox parties? 6? 7, 8?
8 or 6? 8, I believe.
Okay.
I believe 8.
Disembodied voice.
Skype will probably let you do whatever the hell you want.
Possibly, yeah. The only thing with this one is I hope with a Xbox Gold membership, they don't limit you to doing because if the new Xboxes come with the video, with Skype currently, you cannot do video chat with more than one person without having a paid membership, which could suck and would add into another membership fee if that's what you wanted. But as long as I can still...
It sounds very Microsoft-ish.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft sent out an email this week and last week. They're closing down Messenger.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
being
to use
replaced by Skype.
Skype.
Yeah, which, that's what they wanted to do the whole time anyway.
Does that affect anyone?
No,
Was there even more than 2 people using Messenger in the whole world?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, the two that were communicating to each other.
Yeah.
Microsoft talking to
I'm so
the
angry,
VP,
Microsoft.
the VP and the actual president just talking back and forth.
Yeah, you're probably still using AIM.
So this means, would you be able to talk to your friends, if I was using a PC and you were using Xbox Live?
Technically, you can already do that.
Oh, you can already do
Yeah.
that with current service.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think they're just trying to. They're really
It's
trying.
never worked well.
They're really trying to Apple everything at Microsoft. They're trying to make everything one thing where everything talks to everything, and they don't have to just one entire ecosystem where PC, Xbox. their phones and tablets all
they're talking.
Know what's going on. Yeah,
they're just gonna talk.
So
never shut up.
This is a good. It makes sense. I know me and the guys at Gen Game when we were playing Halo online, one of the party didn't have a working microphone, so we're like, all right, screw it. Let's just talk through our PCs and play through our Xboxes. So,
works.
Oh yeah, it works great.
Because like you said, you're using Skype for that, right?
Yeah.
Still using Microsoft services. They're still happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works fine. So, going on with more rumors. Sony is rumored to be retiring the DualShock for the PS4.
I personally don't think it's true, but I heard some new stuff on the way over here when I was actually talking about this with Moss. But for me, I personally think what's going to happen is I don't doubt that they have some kind of patent, or maybe they very well are working on something similar to like what Nintendo did with the Wii U, where they got some kind of touch screen in the middle of a controller. That's fine. I don't think it'll be the only way to control the PS4. I think they're just going to stick with some form of the DualShock, similar to like what Nintendo did, where they have their actual the Pro controller along with the Wii U tablet.
What was that one like picture we saw where it was like the DualShock with the
Which
two
it's
balls
split into
on there?
it literally cut in half in the middle, breaks apart, and it becomes a Wii
motion
PlayStation
the
Move,
and then the controller.
Maybe they'll bring back the boomerang.
Yeah. But I mean, this thing's been around for a really long time. The controller works really well.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm used to it. I've been playing with it since '96.
Yeah, I was saying, the design has not changed since then.
Very
That's why
minuscule things like the addition of the analogs.
Yeah.
And then taking away the one analog button in the middle and adding, and then the triggers switched a little bit, but
yeah, essentially almost the same.
it has the best D-pad in video games. So
that's why it would be really.
I don't know. Isn't the D-pad on the PS3? Isn't it like?
I meant current gen.
buttons?
Yeah. Like the Xbox One is the worst
Wii version. The Wii has had the same D-pad since forever.
Yeah, the Wii's actually pretty good too. The Xbox One sucks. It's the absolute
the Xbox One's the worst.
I have a Mad Cat, or I had a Mad Catz controller for the D-pad for the Xbox, and that one worked actually pretty well.
Because they probably did it better than Microsoft did.
Like,
that's the problem. You can't play.
3.
Fighters in general are hard on Xbox because the D-pad sucks so bad.
I've got the rotating D-pads, which work a million times better.
They do.
Yeah.
That was their kind of
that's
like
something they
fix
just
to
came
it
out
was
with
that.
a year ago.
I'm just saying.
A little bit, maybe a little bit longer than that.
What was the rotating D-pad?
It literally goes into 4 ways instead of the 8-way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just rotate the actual stick.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah. He'll show you a stick.
Yes.
He'll pull it out for you.
Yeah.
The one thing I heard about this DualShock thing is that the company that the DualShock that Sony gets it is actually partially owned by Microsoft. So like 10% ownership, I think.
Yeah,
it was.
nice.
So they're like indirectly paying Microsoft royalties through a third party.
Well, if you believe half the rumors about the next 360 or the next Xbox, then
Yeah, it's gonna be the same
Sony's
thing.
going to be or Microsoft's going to be paying Sony for Blu-ray. So
Yeah. From what I know, this
It'll
week there
balance
was one of the stories I was reading this week. Apparently, both of the systems are supposed to support Blu-rays up to 100 gigs size, which is pretty impressive. So, take a while to max that out.
Dual layer.
I guess it would have to be dual layer Blu-rays, which I know they are out. So
Aren't Blu-rays only up to like 35, 40 gigs though?
This is why I was in the story, because it was saying how that both the actual, because like if you do dual layer, basically you can always expand or utilize the space on the disc better. That's what happened with the dual layer ones when they got up res. So with Blu-ray, what they're saying is that they found a way to actually restack the data in the disc to make it. It's called getting perpendicular. There's actually literally. Well, look up a video on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's called Get Perpendicular. It's the same thing they did when hard drives went from like 20 gigs to like a terabyte. Literally, that's what they did. They restacked the data. There's a video called Get Perpendicular. There's like a song version of how they're redoing it. Hilarious. Anyway, so apparently with the new way of doing it, they're going to actually be able to stand a single layer up to 50 and 100 gigs for a dual layer Blu-ray.
Yeah.
From what I understand in the story. So.
Well, back to this, I think it's definitely some form true, unless they rip off, because they either have to go Sony's route, or they have to go either Microsoft's route, or they'll have to go Nintendo's route, because Microsoft is obviously going to be pushing the smart glass, so they don't really need that kind of stuff, because you can use your cell phone or tablet.
Smart glass.
And Nintendo has it built right into the Wii Pad.
I'm still not impressed.
I think they're both whatever, but
Yeah.
Sony's going to need some form or another of touch glass something to do something, so
I don't see why.
I don't doubt this is. I don't see why either.
Maybe eventually it'll be like have a use, but currently it's not being utilized even to any extent.
Smart glass is awful. The only thing it's good for is going between the Netflix, Xfinity, and
yes, they do that very nicely.
And
you can
use the different video apps, because then you just type into
like a controller.
the Xbox thing. You just type whatever you're looking for and hit search, and it automatically pulls it up where you don't have to navigate through Netflix, then search Netflix for what you're looking for, then search for the episode, then hit play. It's just like just type it in.
They did streamline that very well, and it is kind of like just a virtual screen of your shows, which is the only good use of it.
And I like doing, instead of actually having to type in anything, like when I have to redeem codes or when I talk to anybody, I use my smartphone, because then it's just like typing a text message instead of
basically I still use
having to go through with your analog stick and clicking A on every letter, because that is awful.
Yeah.
The idea of going back to the screen on the PS3 or the PS4, the first thing I thought of when I heard this idea was, why don't they make the new controller just a Vita with extra buttons, so that you can actually use the controller as a Vita?
That's actually another option, because the Vita actually does. You can use the Vita right now on your PS3 to control your PS3. It's fine.
But I'd say take it one step further and make the controller a Vita to an extent, where you can actually play Vita games on there.
Yeah.
Because suddenly then, for developers, you no longer have this problem of there being no install base for a Vita.
That's a problem. I'm one of 6 people that they sold these things
Hey,
to.
I sold one today.
Okay, there's 7 of them.
Guy from Houston.
You sure it
He
wasn't?
called it a Vista too.
You sure it wasn't just Tony with a mustache?
Yeah, just buying a second copy.
Well, he also plays on the Houston Arrows apparently. Then.
Are there more Vita owners or people that use MSN Messenger?
Oh, I'd have to say Vita.
It's the same 3 people.
It's like, hey, I guys got this awesome thing.
It's sad too. I love the Vita.
No, it is a good system. It just
nobody's
doesn't
gonna make games because there's no install base. If you sell to every Vita owner,
we had talked about this a
every
few weeks
Vita
ago.
owner, you're selling like 2 million units.
Yeah, even if you have a 50% install base, like
Why I personally think they're gonna package them in with PS4s really cheap, like the PS4 just for argument's sake. Say they're $300. I think they'll be like, for $350, we'll give you the PS4 and the Vita just to get these things out the door.
possible.
It's going to be like a ridiculously small leap up, like a $50 increment over whatever the PS4 is, just to get these things out the door. Whatever they cost.
They would lose several
that's the
$100
thing.
per bundle.
I think they just want to get these things out at this point.
I mean,
they're just sitting in the factory.
They stopped development on all.
Make it on the controller. That's what I think is the best bet.
They had stopped development on all the Move stuff. That they don't even make Move stuff anymore. Like literally the controllers.
They were giving those away last week.
Yeah, literally.
We were at our store. They were like what, $20 for the Move setup.
They price dropped, and they will not make any more for this generation. Like literally, it's already discontinued item. So there you go.
Are you kidding? That Wonder Book is selling like hotcakes.
Is that the Harry Potter?
Yeah, it's a Harry
so
Potter.
bad.
Did it come out already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Exactly.
It came out over holidays.
that. It looked promising.
They spend so much money on the licensing. Sony just makes bad decision after bad decision. I don't know what is wrong with them.
What? I'm
They'll
allowed
learn
to
one day.
Facebook from record while we're recording?
My phone is vibrating, and I go to check, and it says, "You have been tagged for an image from Jason."
Yes.
What'd you send?
Just that we were in the process of recording. That's all.
All right, let's
Tagged
go.
everybody in.
All right.
Next story.
Next sexy story. Tomb Raider is not getting a demo, or thankfully it's not getting a season pass, which I enjoy. But demo, I'm not too broken up about it because it's an instant buy for me anyway. Just watching their gameplay.
Their reasoning behind it was brilliant. They're like, we don't want to give a 1 hour long demo because you're gonna play it now. Because it's a very story-driven game.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You're going to play an hour now and then just stop and not get to pick it up for another 2 months. And we don't want you to ruin any of the story. So that was their explanation on the demo. The season pass, I heard from like people that got their hands on it, the multiplayer is awful.
Yeah,
I knew it was going. It's like, why do you have
I'm
to
sure
force this
that was a
crap on these games?
last-second decision saying, hey, we need to keep it in the player's hands, so we'll get a multiplayer.
There's multiplayer?
Yep,
Exactly.
that was an addition.
Exactly.
First time ever, as far as I know.
Every game just shovels this crap in, and I don't
Literally, and you said, we found out earlier from Angry Andy out in, was it Spain? I think he's out in Spain, in Madrid. He was actually telling us that there's like 15 actual achievements tied to online stuff.
gonna suck.
So, I mean, they're basically pushing you into the online just to
I hate when games do that too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason they're doing it is just to get those online servers up
going,
for a
yeah.
little bit, so...
Do you think it's worrisome that this almost might be they're not as confident with their product as well?
I don't think they literally what they've shown so far. Their single player looks very impressive. I would not.
It does, but
I really think this is like the higher up developed, like the investors shoving it on them.
This is what I heard. Like the way that games work. Okay, you have to keep the game in the player's hand for I think 45 days. Okay, once that 45-day period is over, because most of the people that are trying to save a couple bucks are going to want it in those first 45 days, and if they can't find a pre-owned copy, they'll just bite and get a new one. Okay? The other people that are willing to wait past 45 days are going to wait till it's like $20 anyway. They're not just waiting for a $5 or $10 price drop. So all these things are just to keep pre-owned discs out of the store for the first couple months.
It doesn't work.
It works for the most part.
Certain games.
So I don't see how that...
The ones that do it well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that's in game makers' minds.
Sense.
That's all they're trying to do with stuff like this. That's why they
that's definitely towards
all these stupid multiplayer modes and stuff. A lot of people do it, like especially at a company like GameStop. You can go in, pick them up pre-owned for it's only a $5 difference, but the difference is if you don't like it and it's pre-owned, you could bring it back. Mm-hmm. When it's new, you can only trade it into them, and it's only worth the $30 for the first 30 days. Yeah. After that, the 45th day, like I said, they're not getting nearly as much to trade it in.
Yeah.
So there's less incentive for people to trade the game in as well. That's why it's like this golden number that all the developers know.
It's so stupid. Stupid.
It's how it is.
Batman. Didn't have any multiplayer, but they managed to stretch out the content of the game.
This is true.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
No, I mean, certain games can do it better than others.
Especially with like a Tomb Raider, that would make more sense to do something to follow Batman's lead. With releasing challenges and maybe some extra content a year later.
Tomb Raider should have taken a fucking key from Halo 4. I think what Halo 4 did was brilliant, where they kept a lot of the game out, but promised to you it's for free. You didn't have to buy the rest of Spartan Ops, but they claim like Halo's still making it, but they're releasing you a piece every week or two, making you keep the game because you're like, I want the rest of my free campaign.
Yeah.
You don't trade in that way. That's what Tomb Raider would benefit from. That is actually,
when you say it, how you just
Halo
said it,
did
Halo
it
did it brilliantly.
It's exactly what they fucking did.
Yeah.
They're doing it to keep it in your hands. And Halo did it, that's the smartest way I've ever seen, aside from another company, but we'll talk about that later because it's the topic of the week.
Okay.
But with Tomb Raider, it's the same developer that's made the last few Tomb Raider games. Right?
Crystal Dynamics.
Dynamics.
It's under Eidos, which is under Final Fantasy, what the hell's their name?
Is it Ubisoft?
Square.
Square.
And I don't know about you guys, but the last time I remember Tomb Raider video games being great was
PS1.
Over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I understand this one looks... I mean, they could have just called this like Uncharted 4 Lara Croft Edition.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And that's why I'm stoked.
Well, yeah. That's actually why I'm happy about it too, because it looks like Uncharted. That's why I'm interested. I never played Tomb Raider growing up.
Now with more moaning.
Yeah, but but like, it seems like we're giving this company a free pass after they've made so many. I don't know if they're considered.
They're okay. They're okay games.
Yeah, like suddenly people are like, oh look, it's going to be like. It gets so many Uncharted comparisons.
Guardian of the Light did pretty good, right?
Well,
the DLC one.
Yeah, the thing with Tomb Raider is they did nothing. the games that just came out, like Underworld and all those other ones that came out this generation, did nothing to improve on the formula from the PS1.
No.
So they're literally PS1 games up-resed. Instead of like coming along with the times, like, hey, we're a new generation further. Let's try new things. Let's do a little this, do a little that. It's nothing. It's just PS1 games.
I mean, I've looked into it because I was going to get this one. I was like, yeah, I'll look into the other ones, and none of them are impressive in like any regard. Like the combat looks clunky and horrible. Like it made me not even want to pick those ones up. But like this one is just such an actual change in their formula of getting into this generation.
Well, this is why I bring up my point, because can you think of a single company that's made for over a course of a decade a bunch of mediocre games, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere came out with a blockbuster game?
I think this is
sales wise.
I think this is Crystal Dynamics' first shot. I know it's been under Square for a while, and Eidos is taking care of it, or Eidos, or
whatever,
however you say it. I think this is Crystal Dynamics the first time they brought them on board to help out, which is why I think it looks the way it did. I also think it's going to be really interesting because, I mean, Uncharted was improved on Lara Croft's formula in Tomb Raider, and now, it's like the the copiers are getting copied now.
Yeah.
So it looks like
and
I hope they outdo Uncharted, because then I know the boys over at Naughty Dog will come back with Uncharted 4, and I'll do this, and I'll be having a ball.
I have a hard time believing they would outdo Naughty. I don't know, because Naughty Dog's a proven company.
Naughty Dog's serious, and that Last of Us game looks awesome too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I see them as trying to withhold stuff until people are actually spending $60 a copy.
Yeah.
But that's maybe a cynical side of me thinking that.
Yeah.
All right, next sexy story. We have Monster Hunter 4 is delayed for the Vita.
Well.
Or
What it is, it's delayed on the 3DS.
Why are you going to lie to me?
Because,
He lied to me. Tony lied to me on the news. This is why Tony does not write the
abbreviated
news.
Sabotage.
The first time he writes the news.
I make Mark look like an idiot. That's what I do.
There's like several levels of this
Never
story.
again.
By all means, you probably know more better than I do.
Okay, so Monster Hunter, Capcom and Nintendo signed a 3-year exclusivity deal with Nintendo and for Monster Hunter.
And then it's next year, right?
In 2014.
Yeah.
But then people were like, wait a second, this game was supposed to come out, I believe, late spring or whatever, and it got delayed. Now it's talking about a summer release. They're like, ooh, maybe they're delaying it so that it has a simultaneous 3DS and Vita release. And then they came back, Capcom released a statement saying, no, it's just to basically polish up the game, whatever, all the nonsense. But there's no Vita game to announce. But then they specifically said that their exclusivity deal is a 3-year deal that expires in 2014. So now people are taking that as a hint, saying that once that 2014 comes around, we're going to see Monster Hunter 4 on the Vita.
Okay.
Plus, today, there was that image that got leaked. It's in Japanese, so I don't know exactly what it says.
Something about eating hot dogs and tofu.
Exactly. Somebody roughly translated it, and it basically said that they were waiting because... They didn't say the Vita. They said Monster Hunter 4 is coming to another platform.
Oh, okay.
This is what sparked. Oh, that was the first thing that happened like 4 days ago. That's what sparked these comments.
Yeah.
By all means, I think 2014. If the Vita can last that long, if it can make it through 2013,
it'll finally sell some Vitas. I think.
Yeah. Well.
At least overseas, not over here. Nobody cares about Monster Hunter, but
yeah.
In Japan, I think it'll fight because the fucking PSP is still outselling the Vita.
Yeah, I know.
The PSP's killing everything in Japan.
There's one release this year for PSP.
Monster Hunter or whatever.
No. It's like some weird Japanese sounding. That's the only thing for the PSP Vita coming out this year and from GameStop, as far as I know.
Well, I think everything's going to get announced. So
yeah.
Don't worry about it because it's all going to have connectivity with the PS4, which is why
they have to.
That's why they're not saying anything right now.
It might only be first party stuff because I don't think any third party
is touching it yet. Not until there's more units out there.
They were talking to Ken Levine from BioShock, and he
wants to do it, but he's like, there's no.
It's like
if you have 100% attach rate, you're selling 2 million. That sucks. I think Uncharted Golden Abyss is the highest attach rate game, and it's 500,000 units, maybe.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Yeah, that is the development cost for that.
These are PS3 quality games.
Yeah, I know. So, that's what I mean. Like, it costs a lot to make those because you still have to put a lot of quality work into them and length and thought.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. It might pick up some steam. It might not. I don't know.
I think they need it in the controller. every PS4 needs a Vita. Otherwise, the Vita is dead.
I don't think it needs a price drop because it's worth every penny. But to sell some units, I think it needs a price drop. Or they got to drastically change the pricing of the memory because I have a feeling that's what's holding a lot of people back. It's not a $250 investment.
Well, some of the new bundles at least come with 4 gigs. I mean, it's something. It's
nothing.
I know, it's something, but
it's not now PlayStation Plus just kicked off for the Vita a month and a half ago.
I mean, that's not enough for like a month's worth of stuff, probably. 4
gigs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 1 month.
Uncharted alone is 3.5 gigs. Mm. You need the bigger memory.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So I remember you were going around there at holiday time looking for the biggest one you can get.
Yep.
That sounds sexy. Anyway.
Mark planned it.
Yep. Oddworld wants to know what you want next. This is in terms of they actually went out to the fans and asked what kind of game they want next. So they actually had 8 different things.
You want me to go on this?
I'll have this one because Tony is a huge Oddworld fan. So I'm going to pass it over.
So initially what they were trying to do when this came out, it's the company called Oddworld Inhabitants. They decided to stop making games, but they handed over the reins to a company in England called Just Add Water. What they have been doing is making all the HD upgraded games of not only Stranger's Wrath, but most recently Munch's Odyssey. There was initially supposed to be 5 of them, and it was supposed to be Abe's Odyssey, Munch's Odyssey, and 3 unannounced games. They were selling so well that they made a spin-off for the Abe's Odyssey that was Abe's Exodus. Then they made Stranger's Wrath. I don't know if you guys remember that one. The next one was supposed to be The Brutal Ballad of Fangus Clot, and that is when they decided to sell it. Just Add Water took over. They've been HD resing everything, and now they're coming up with the 2 Abe games, up-res. I forgot what they're calling it, but that's coming out next year. And after that, they want to know what's coming on. They have 8 options. You can actually go to their website and
8
and vote. Well, they have the whole story.
It's a universe.
It's a universe pre-laid out. There was 5 games that were supposed to come out. And the ones they wanted, because right now they're doing Abe's Odyssey HD. They want to know if you guys want Abe's Exodus HD, the one that got canceled, The Brutal Ballad of Fangus Clot, one called Sling Storm, which I haven't heard of, Oddworld Squeak's Odyssey, which is supposed to be the 3rd part, Oddworld Hand of Odd, Munch's Exodus, which would be his spinoff, Stranger's Wrath 2, or something completely new.
You voted for all of them, didn't you?
I want to see the Ballad of Fangus Clot.
I would say out of all of those, that's the one I would do too.
Because Stranger's Wrath ended. You can make a second one. You don't need
spoilers.
A second one.
It's like 10 years old. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 2000. It's literally 2005 that game came out. No.
Yeah.
Best Xbox.
I would definitely say do that 3rd one. The option you did.
Well, the third one is supposed to be what did I say it was?
Brutal Ballad of...
No, that was the one that got canceled because that's another spinoff. Squeak's Odyssey is supposed to be the 3rd one.
Oh, okay.
In the series, so we'll see.
I don't know. That's a cool
I'm just
name.
glad that these guys picked it up because there was such a long period of nothingness, and then these guys started HD resing everything,
and now you're happy again.
People love it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll keep it going." So, and the guys gave them the reins.
Nice. All right. All you Skyrim fans, you poor people who are on the PS3, your DLC is finally coming on February 5th, actually. About time.
I'm kind of over talking about this so much, just like THQ.
I have so many friends who are going to be happy about this.
But I mean, it's like beating a dead horse with this. It's like, okay, finally, about time. It took you guys long enough.
How much did they actually spend money trying to fix this? It's got to be something ridiculous.
They're offering a 50% discount for the first week, too.
Yeah, I know. There's going to be $10 for the first one. I think it's like $2.50 for the second expansion or something like that.
So all those people that switched over from PlayStation to Xbox are
I
now
literally had
pissed
people.
off.
I literally had people do that.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Literally, I had people trading their PS3 because their Skyrim DLC was not going to come out. So yeah, they're probably going to be a little bit mad.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
They've already beat their Dawn Guard. They don't care.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess this is big news, but for me, I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
for you.
what a mess.
Who cares? I have a dog.
I was trying to avoid the...
Oh, we don't care.
Oh, that? Yeah.
This is why we don't edit. It just goes, okay?
Yeah, whatever.
Once in a
Whatever
while,
happens,
you'll hear a toilet flush. There's all different types of things.
Our listeners know
We
how
keep
we
it
are.
real
don't
here,
care.
okay? We don't try to pretend.
They usually laugh at us in the comments. They're like, "What the hell was going on in the background?"
It's like,
I have no idea what we're talking about, too.
No.
I was trying to eat a Skittle, and instead of actually reaching into the bag to get it, I just poured it on the table
Very, very nice.
on this carpet, and then some of the crumbs got on here, and
All hell broke loose.
now the dog's going to have to eat them. That's going to be a weird sound.
and there was
Well,
only
he's not
three.
coming in here.
There was only 3 Skittles left too.
Yeah.
Because I'm fat and ate like 12.
had 0.
Wild berry Skittles.
Legendary.
The purple bag.
Purples. Next, sexy story. Sony has actually been giving away Aww. He took away my Sharpie as I was tapping it. Anywho, PlayStation is giving away mobile games for free for the next 6 weeks. This week is Samurai Beatdown, which I know Tony has actually played. And
It's fun.
So you like
It's fun.
it?
It's for free. It's awesome.
Hey,
by the way, if there's one of the 3 other Vita owners out there listening to this show, you got a couple days. There's one of the 5 other Vita owners.
Man, it's going up. Did they sell too?
Consistency. Come on.
that is out there. It's actually listening to us. You only have a couple days left because week 2 is starting Tuesday.
Yeah.
So they're going to take away Samurai Beatdown, and the second free game will be up. So get on that. And there's also Wake Up Club is free on the Vita right now too.
Oh, okay, cool. So are these, just to explain a little bit more, are these more like mobile games, or like what are these basically?
And Chronovolt.
Is this something you can get on your phone, or is this something you can get on
I think
your
you can do it on both, but it's only free to Vita owners.
Okay. Well, then there you go. So, you 5 Vita owners,
Yeah.
free.
Free. Well, I already got mine, so the 4 other ones.
Yeah. Also, a little side note on top of this story. Sony actually pulls a profit in Q1 for the first time in 4 years.
By selling stuff.
By selling stuff.
Their TV division is killing them.
Well, maybe if they just give me the 4K TV for less money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll totally buy one for $50. I'm not spending $25
What's in my
grand
left pocket? I'll give you whatever there.
Yeah, they have this like $25,000 TV.
I know.
Yeah.
But the CEO put out a message like they're pretty confident with their forecast for the next.
Well, hey, they're pulling profits now.
Then again, you don't really see these people saying negative things about their forecast.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, everything gets spun. Everything gets spun really well. Like Vita sales are on expected
trajectory.
Yeah, right now
I think they're supposed to be on like 2 million units
they're
by
like
the end of
they're
this
like
year.
they're like we're on the lower end of expected sales. No, you're not. You're well below what you.
I wish we could go back and listen to it, but I remember when this was happening, like when the Vita was coming out, like a few episodes before. We had it. We were saying like they expected like 2 or 3 million. Maybe it was like up to like 2 to 5 million units between like launch day and like the end of 2012 or something ridiculous like that. They didn't even hit. I don't think.
Well, I know they did quite well. December. Mm-hmm. I think December they outsold the Vita's entire existence in December.
Well, now you guys are discrediting them a little bit.
They sold 2 on launch, and then they sold 3 in December.
That's what I read. You just said they expected to sell 2.5 million by the end of 2012.
Something around.
But what you're missing is they could have said between 5 and 2.5 million.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't remember because it's it's like a year-old story. I don't remember exactly what they said.
I'm just making
put it out there.
Just making sure we're clear,
yeah.
Okay?
I mean, they might have said 10 million. I don't really remember.
They're not lying to us.
Yeah, so. Anywho. Also, a funny story. You had said this before. They sold their headquarters in New York.
Yeah,
New York.
And then they're renting it. They're still there, but now they're paying rent. Is that what it was?
Yeah, for the next 3 years.
I didn't know they were staying. I just thought it was a 3-year transition period. I didn't think they were paying rent.
Well,
I thought it was part of the deal of just them selling it, but they didn't have to leave right away.
So
they're selling the physical real estate.
I'm going to sell you my car, but I want to drive it for the next 3 years before you can have it.
Well, maybe it's not.
You'd charge me, wouldn't you?
No, because it's not. Maybe it's not that black and white. Maybe it's a $25,000 car that you're like, hey, take it for $15,000, but I could still use it for the next 3 years because of that $10,000 discrepancy.
There's going to be a lot of cigarette burns in it.
I'm just saying, it's not so like, oh, we're selling it right now. It could be a $1.5 billion building that they're like, hey, we're going to move out in 3 years, so give us $1.1 billion.
I'm just saying.
You
lose.
They're just saying.
They're just saying, guys.
We're just saying.
All right, this next story is kind of cool. Microsoft is actually giving $20 worth of Microsoft points away for free when you pre-order any of these 10 games. You got Army of Two Cartel, you got Bioshock Infinite, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Rising, Tiger Wood 14,
Tiger Wood, y'all.
Crysis 3, Dead Space 3, Lost Planet 3, South Park,
A lot of threes.
The Dick of Truth, and Tomb Raider.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Literally, I mean, it's pretty awesome. If you're going to go... You
have to do it through the Microsoft store.
You got to go through, it's like Microsoft.com/store, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, but you'll get it. The only thing that's holding me back so far is if it's there the day it comes out, I'm totally fine with that. Because 1,600 Microsoft points, might as well.
Well, it basically equates to buy 3, get 1 free. So if you have 4 games, you can get one of them for free as long as you just pre-order all 4 through the Microsoft store.
Well, how does that work? Can you actually pre-order from the Microsoft store?
I think it's $20
Microsoft
per
points?
game. Well, no, you could just buy the 4th one digitally with using your...
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant. Like, yeah,
you're acquired.
As long as it comes on like the store same day, then you can just use the points.
It won't be same day. Only Sony. Sony does that.
Yeah, I know.
Xbox is like a week later.
Yeah, but anywho, it's so cool. I mean, I guess if you're looking for some Microsoft points, I mean, you can get Minecraft for that. You can get Tony to finally play Minecraft with Andy and Jason.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. We have fan requests for him to go on Minecraft. So
yeah, we'll get to that.
And he's just ignoring
I've gotten
them.
that too as well.
Go on Minecraft?
Yeah,
There's other stuff out there.
Yes.
Like Terraria.
Oh, actually, my fellow webmaster at Zelda Dungeon plays Terraria. He tried getting me to play it.
Yeah.
And I started playing it for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Fell in some sort of like hole, and I was like trying to dig my way out. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, forget it.
The game's hard.
I'll play it when it comes on the Xbox next month.
Oh, is that shit
Terraria's
coming
coming
out?
out
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it releases the 10th.
That's going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Because it did well on PC.
Yeah.
Steam advertised the heck out of it. That also helped.
2 million on Steam.
Nice. Good job, Steam.
Yeah.
You're the best.
I was watching. There was a marathon. There was a Karate Kid marathon on like Wednesday. I watched all 3 of them. I don't have a job anymore. Okay.
Karate Kid 3.
Yes.
I like how Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
I think he's 29 years old. And
He's like
40.
He's
Really?
like 40 in part 3.
no, I think he was 29. But he plays a 17-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know, wasn't Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think he was in his, upper 20s, and he was still playing like a high schooler.
16-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah. High school.
Yeah, whatever. So we go to our number one
It's
sexy
like-
story. Oh, jeez.
In Dawson's Creek, dude, those kids are all like 30.
Poor
I'm
kids.
sorry, go
Whoa.
ahead. They were all playing like 15-year-olds.
This
Yeah.
dude who played Superman, he was playing like a teenager. He's like 40.
Really?
Yeah, Tom Wellings or whatever. That's why
Oh, yeah.
they had to wrap it up because like they couldn't pass him
His
off.
hair was getting gray. Like, dude, you can't still be in high
Gray
school.
hair. You're not in high school. I'm great in high school, guys.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's cool. Number one sexy story. Obama is actually allocating $10 million into a research program for it to research video games and violence.
Like
Violence in media.
Violence in media.
$10
Yeah,
million sounds like nothing because it's
Nothing compared to them.
well, yeah, the government spends like $20 billion a day or something outrageous. It's probably more than that. I have no idea.
Let me just pull a number out of my ass.
Yeah, it's something. No, it really is something crazy.
No, I know
like that,
it
where
is.
$10
I know
million
it's-
to an entire research thing is
to
nothing.
a country's yearly income.
I just kind of want this to go to debate once and for all. I'm tired of all this, like, these crazy conservatives with sticks up their ass trying to get video games banned. And I'm tired of the video games hiding behind free speech and all that crap, too. It's like, let's just go, let's settle it once and for all, because I know the video games are going to win. It's so unconstitutional to do half the crap these people want to say. And it's just like, let's settle it. Let's take it to the Supreme Court, get a final answer, and everybody stop bitching. Stop blaming
If we lose,
school
we're gonna keep
shootings
bitching.
on video games and stuff.
If we lose, we're gonna
If
keep
we
bitching.
lose, we won't have any video games anymore.
I'm gonna keep bitching.
That will never happen.
No,
the
it won't,
thing
no.
is, I mean, the problem really, it's parents' problems. It's not a kid problem.
I kind of agree with that as well.
You know,
It's like I said, Call of Duty sells 20 million copies a year. There's not 20 million instances of people
Well, yeah, I
going
know
nuts.
that.
You know what I mean? It's clearly
There's
it's not. There's
massive amount of gun-related violence in the United States, but that doesn't,
there's gun violence everywhere.
I
We just
know.
don't hear about it.
I am personally glad that it's happening under the Obama administration because video games have the best chance of actually not being overdone. You know, like that they're not going to over-exaggerate it as much. It's going to be a little bit more.
It depends, man, because Republicans are very business minded,
I know.
and they'll be all about like, hey, survival of the fittest.
Well, the aspect of that, though, on the flip side, is one of the major exports for our country is entertainment, which is
the thing that we contribute.
Yeah.
It's all that we
it
make.
it is a business. They're not going to want to lose that much money.
Which is why you want the Republicans on your side.
Well, I'm saying he's also from the whole his stance on SOPA and everything like that from a year ago.
Yeah,
he's more open-minded to everything. His administration.
It already sounds like they're more or less on our side more than anything, but he hasn't. Like Biden, I heard a little bit more about it. He's doing it right because he's the one that first got dragged in this, and he has no idea what's going on because he's what, an 80-year-old
like
dude.
70.
He was like 90.
And that's
like
fine.
95.
That's fine. You know, he never played video games, but he's doing it the right way. He reached out to the video game community, and he's got representatives from Activision and EA, and we got these people on our
And people
defense
in Hollywood, too.
and they're going to talk to Biden, and they're going to explain our side. We actually have people in our corner on this, big name guys that they're gonna guard their properties, furiously.
It sure beats Tipper Gore from 20 years ago. Yeah.
So I mean, who knows where this is gonna go? But I think everything's okay right now.
I actually posted that on my Facebook page like a week ago.
Did you?
There was Yeah, when they were trying to censor music. So there was they invited Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Yeah, there's a whole documentary about it.
Yeah, I posted the Dee Snider part on my Facebook. It's great.
I just got a message from Angry Andy in Spain. It says, old guys playing as younger guys, and then it's a picture of Pedo Bear. Pedo Bear seal of approval.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, this is like video games' next logical step into becoming mainstream, because this has happened with absolutely every other form of entertainment. Back in, the 50s, everybody was claiming that rock and roll was the devil, and that it made people kill each other, and that later out, found out not to be true. And then, what was it, the 60s was television, or maybe the television was beforehand. Then it was the movies. Then it was rock and roll music. Then it's like there's always an excuse.
Pro wrestling in the 90s was too
edgy.
Exactly.
There's always something that everybody's blaming the problems on because people don't want to take responsibility for their actions or their family members' actions. And they try to take a scapegoat somewhere. And unfortunately, this is video games' next logical step into becoming mainstream, like movies and television and rock and roll and music before it.
Yeah.
This is where it has to go.
I think porn's next.
I think porn was the one that was bringing down the society in the 2000s.
I know it was an issue a while ago.
Everybody shut up now. It became mainstream. It's just kind of, it's there now.
Dude,
it's part of life.
The porn convention runs right along fucking, what is it? Consumer, the one that just passed, where they show the TV.
Oh, Consumer Electronics
the porn convention's across the hall. It's true.
That's
on
purpose.
It is on, but if I'm not getting on a whole porn debate here, but they also they do all the technology before it becomes mainstream. 3D and all that shit. They do it first. They get that technology first.
Okay, I don't know. I believe you.
Motion gaming, it came from porn.
Really?
Probably.
Probably. just wild accusations.
Tony,
it's all porn. It's all porn.
Tony, it's $20 billion.
You know why you're driving a car today? Porn.
That's why we have smartphones.
Oh, man.
All right.
I know we had talked about it a little bit before. I just wanted to bring it up before we move on. We had said about the... what state was it? Was it Connecticut who was trying to do the $1 tax on violent video games?
Yeah.
We were talking about this. This is what California tried. I think we came up
2
with 2 years ago.
Illinois tried it at one point.
I know
it became. This whole thing started in 1994. These were the years that Mortal Kombat started coming out, and the blood started bringing down the youth of America. And you look back at Mortal Kombat in 16-bit right now, and you'd be like, "This was ruining kids."
This guy has 15 rib cages.
That was the argument back then, and. What video games agreed to do with the government was begin to self-regulate, and that's where the ESRB became from. It's a self-imposed rating system from video games. They do it to themselves to help guide parents into what's appropriate for their children. Now they also want this week some chicks trying to make that be
some chick.
I like it. Keep going. I like it.
I like where this is going. No,
it goes back to porn.
It's always going back to porn. No, but she wants to make it a law that everything has to be under the ESRB, not
Oh right, yeah.
That popped up this week too, but it got proved unconstitutional. California tried to fight this 2 years ago. It goes against what is allowed. There's already laws for this like rules and regulations of what is allowed in media and stuff that we're allowed to consume. Go ahead.
I was going to say, for whatever reason, I was watching Cartoon Network today, because I have nothing else to do. And while watching that, they showed a commercial for their Cartoon Network app and games.
Okay.
And in the corner, they had that it was 12 plus for age. So even mobile's starting to try to regulate what they put out and content.
Yeah, they have their own rating system as well. If you go to any app on iTunes, Google Play Store, there is an actual rating system on it as well.
Yeah, but you're starting to see it more in the commercials and things like that, the previews for things like that. So.
Yep.
Anyways.
Anyway,
is that news?
That's sexy soda porn news.
Nice.
Since the government goes back to porn. All right, cool. So I believe that brings up.
Gmail. All right, we're gonna start off with Andrew Dillon.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up?
course.
Said, who do you think should be in the next Smash Brother game who has not appeared in the series yet?
I think Nintendo pretty much laid down first party very well. I think they need to extend it a bit to some of their older friends in the third party world, some of the older Japanese developers. You go back and you reach into like Konami's pocket or Capcom, and you get a couple of those characters in there.
I think the Ninja Turtles should be in there.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome. That would be nice.
I agree.
That's the direction I think they should go.
I think, I'd like to see Mega Man in there.
Like
that.
Something like that.
I definitely think they should do some of the newer Pokemon. I mean, I know I'm not really a fan of the newer Pokemon, but they are still part of Nintendo, and they always get a big chunk of their sales in a year. So I think they should reach out and maybe throw a few more of those in there, depending on who it is.
Can we get rid of Pokemon Trainer and just call him Ash, please?
Just put Ash. I was gonna say, just put Ash in there. Literally,
Pokemon Trainer.
I know. Yeah.
Horrible. Just call him Ash. Call it a day.
Gender neutral, I guess. You want you to be the Pokemon trainer?
I guess.
And create them.
They'll probably pick some of their newer franchises that they've established, like handheld, like I'm sure, like Professor Layton.
Yeah, Professor Layton, I definitely say should be in there as well.
What about that one kangaroo dude?
Kangaroo.
Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. I played it on what's face 3DS. It was like one of the first downloadable titles. Maybe it wasn't a kangaroo. Come back to me.
This is very vague.
Come back to me. Yeah, it's that one dude with that one dude who was in the video game. How do you guys not know what I'm talking about? No, go ahead.
I don't know. Kangaroo
the
Jack.
Kangaroo from 1998.
No. This is on the 3DS. It was one of the first 3 downloadable titles. Just continue onward. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nick Kuntz made a comment. He absolutely loved the passion that we had talking about the Walking Dead game last week.
Nice.
And he thanked us for a great show, even though it was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
long.
thanks for listening. It was like 2:45.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch everything but the game of the year, then you saved yourself half of it.
The game of the year, the regular show was only an hour.
Yeah,
the
there was
game of the year
a lot
was
of
what killed
news
us.
from that last week that just kept popping out, so that added onto it.
I watched the first half. I didn't watch the game of the year stuff.
Yeah.
Good, you would have heard Tony cry about the end of Halo.
I actually was skipping ahead in 5-minute increments.
Just to see where it was going.
And every 5-minute increment I skipped ahead, I only heard Tony.
It's like on the nose. It's good stuff.
Talks a lot. Metro Android made a suggestion. He'd love to see Minecraft gameplay with Angry Andy. We discussed this. It pretty much would be either Angry Andy digging a hole or just like spending like 3 hours of working on his different levers.
He loves doing levers.
He does.
Literally, one day I watched him play Minecraft, and literally, I think he probably spent maybe half hour, 45 minutes rework. He laid out his levers, completely worked, destroys all of it, restarts, does it again. Destroys it again. Went on for like 45 minutes almost. I mean, literally
we can do it. I just don't know how entertaining it would be, to be honest. That's something that we'll have to revisit in the future.
Indeedy.
Brendan Joyce asked. He goes, "What's the funniest game glitch you've ever encountered?"
Oh man.
I know you had one.
Mine was the one I posted to the wall. It was like when we first got started. That was great. I was playing Gears of War 1, and there's this one scene where you have to push a car with your teammate down a hill, and something happened. I don't remember what, some kind of explosion, because there's a turret shooting at you, so the car blocks the bullets. Something happened where the car went 200 feet in the air and just started going end over end like a NFL football kickoff. And it was just
spinning in the air.
Just like this for minutes, and I didn't know what to do, so I pulled out my phone and just recorded it. I could repost that to the wall.
Yeah.
It's been a while. That got bumped long ago.
Mine, I'd have to say. I don't know if this ended up ever being glitched, but in Skyrim, when like the first time I ever faced one of the mountain trolls, you know when they hit you with the giant stick? Well, it was like literally, giant club. I don't know why I said stick. Anyway, literally, it's the dick of truth. So basically, he hit me with a tree, and I got one-shotted instantly. My body shot up indefinitely into the sky. I waited 60 seconds before I reloaded my save because he kept flying up. I was just like, it was, literally, because you have this thing twice as tall, you hit you, and then you just go freaking flying ragdoll style. Laughed so hard at that. That was only last year. That was great.
You got one, sir?
The first one that came to mind was the Duck Hunt kill screen. If you ever get to the 100th level of Duck Hunt, it's unplayable. It goes to level 0.
Okay.
And then like it just flashes these ducks on the screen, but they're all like misinformed. Like they're not real ducks.
Okay.
Like they're missing body parts, and then you just lose.
Disembodied ducks.
Yeah.
So you just see like the head or something?
Zombie ducks?
They just like flash all over the screen, like appearing.
Oh, okay.
I guess there's no more data in the game. I guess they
It's
didn't
just-
expect anybody to get to level 100. And
That's
the
okay,
game
it's not
ends.
fair.
You can't shoot anything, and you fail on level
And
100.
it's just the dog laughing at you for like 20 minutes. I've encountered several in WWE, like I've said before, with random, especially if you throw all the chairs and the tables and everything in the ring, shit starts getting really weird, and all of a sudden your guy's like out in the crowd running and everything. I've seen plenty in Borderlands and Borderlands 2 specifically
good ones.
of just like random things floating. We did one 2 weeks ago playing Halo 4. You had the Warthog, and you weren't supposed to get past the barrier. He's ignoring me. Tony?
I'm totally listening. I can multitask. I took the Warthog where I wasn't supposed to take the Warthog.
And then I got
continue.
the Ghost? All the way up to the,
Yes.
I guess it was like a reactor, and drove it into the middle, and then jumped back off, and it was still down there whole, sitting there.
I actually had it day one this year of playing the new NHL game. They had the new physics system, so I'm flying around the ice thinking I can just stop on a dime like last year. I couldn't stop in time, so I slammed into the boards. Except I didn't slam into the boards. I skated out of the arena. I was gone. Literally, there was no fix for it. I had to exit out, and that was all I could do.
Goes back.
There we go.
Tony is looking up.
I'm watching this.
The duck
Oh
hunt,
my god! That is
look at it.
nuts.
Let's see.
Look at it.
the duck hunt kill screen.
Oh, wow. Literally all it is ducks, like a single
And then
image
he does
of a
come up
dunk.
and laugh
He does
at you.
laugh at your ass.
A single image comes out of dunk, and you have not even enough time
If
to
you
even
like
shoot
pause
it.
some of them, you see that some of the ducks are not even complete.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
There you go. There's the you lose screen.
That is pretty cool.
you lose screen.
That's
Kill
basically.
screen.
The you lose screen.
So you're winning.
It's awesome.
Wait, we've got a video.
What is it?
All the enemies are shrunk.
What we got?
Shrunken
Shrunken enemies in what game?
Oh my god, that's awesome.
What we got?
Yeah,
What
they're little
game?
shrunken enemies. They're like dots on the ground.
Is this a glitch?
Apparently.
Apparently.
That one's pretty cool too. Is that
That's
on YouTube?
interesting. It's Halo. Was that Halo ODST?
4.
Oh, it's Halo 4. Okay, it's Halo 4. It's like the enemies
You
are
can't tell
like.
from the battle rifle, sir?
No, I couldn't actually. That's much how I haven't
Silly
played it
goose.
sadly yet. But literally,
They're trying to get close to me.
It's because it's
they're
thumping.
like your ankle height. I guess I don't even know.
Anyway,
I like the duck hunt one better.
ridiculous. All right.
let's
What else you got?
what are we doing?
Here you go. Gage Dale asked. He said, "What game have you played that has the best fun to shortness ratio?"
Fun to shortness.
Yeah,
Short games that are fun.
Yeah.
If Saints Row wasn't so long, it'd be an instant win for me. I think third one. But let's see, short games.
Mine's Combat Cars on Sega Genesis. I can still beat that game in about 45 minutes. I will not lose a race. I'll go perfect because there's 7 levels and you have to go through 4 times each. So 28 levels.
A lot of classic games are incredibly short when you play them now. Like when you know what you're doing. A game like Mega Man 2, for example.
Can't you beat Zelda in under an hour?
Yeah, like Zelda. The first Zelda I can beat in like 57 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was younger, that thing, when I didn't know where everything was, it was more likely that my NES would freeze than me beating it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Something like the screen would go out or whatever, and I'd be like, God damn it, you get mad, you don't want to play anymore. So,
I'm trying to think.
You don't play short games because Mass Effect's like 12 hours just to get through the intro.
3.
You know, I would say a more modern game that comes to mind would be like the remake of Resident Evil on the GameCube. That was like a 5-hour game.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite games.
For me, would probably have to be Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. You can breeze through one of the campaigns in under an hour,
minutes,
and depending on how many people you've got with you, it can be insanely fun, especially if you keep closing doors on people. Which you should be glad that you don't play with me, because you can ask him over there.
They'll leave you outside?
Yes, I will just. There'll be a tank on your ass, and I'm just closing the door out and just laughing the whole time. The whole time.
I started doing that to people in the new zombie mode. on Call of Duty, there's this bus that you have to jump into, and you can totally close the door and leave somebody outside the bus.
Really?
It's a stare because the bus takes you from
I've seen
part of level to part of level.
Robot talking.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. It's good stuff.
He also asked, what is your favorite Flash game?
Flash game. I actually really, really enjoy it. It's called Infectinator 2. Literally, you're basically, you play as the guy, you play as like a overall like god figure, so you got like an overview of the screen. But what you do is you start the zombie infection. So you go from city to city, starting the infection, and your goal is to kill the whole city, or at least infect the entire city. Hilariously fun.
That's nice.
And literally, you can beat it in probably like 2 hours.
I don't think I've ever played a Flash game in my life.
Really?
Unless I'm...
Web-based
those
stuff?
little, those little web-based components?
Yeah, Newgrounds and whatnot.
I don't do that stuff.
No.
So I'm...
NA. The Flash side-scrolling version of Half-Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They also have Portal.
Okay, I played one.
Let's say it's pretty impossible.
I found it from a YouTube video. It looked really cool. They took the original Mario and they did it in first person. Not maybe first person. It was like third person, like a slightly backed off, kind of like Gears of War. But it was in the first perspective where you were literally running in a straight line. And that first level, it was really cool seeing it from that perspective. And I played that.
People have been remaking that in Minecraft as well. With like skin packs and stuff like that. And they're kind of cool to watch.
That actually triggered my favorite one. Somebody remade the original Super Mario Brothers where you can play as other characters from other Nintendo characters. So you can play as like Samus from Metroid.
Really?
You can play as the guy, I don't even know his name, but the guy from Contra. So instead of the mushroom, you would get like the laser, and then instead of the firepower, you'd get the spread shooter.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You can break like 20 bricks at a time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. Lysios had wrote us a paragraph again, which I can only see his posts. You guys still can't see him.
I can if I go to the real page.
I can't ever go to the real page.
Yeah.
Just don't go to the page.
He asked, have you ever lost a girlfriend to an MMO? Or felt like you were? Because she spent too much time, even when she called you, she was playing the game. So at first when he asked, I was imagining like me spending too much time, but it seems kind of personal. Like he might be having a problem with his girlfriend having too much of an addiction to playing a game. I don't know.
Dude, that's cool, man. I've every girl I've ever dated, I've been lucky where they either don't care or they themselves game. I used to have this one chick I dated for a while. She was great because we used to play all the time together. So that was fun. But usually, if they don't play, they're fine with it.
I've
been lucky.
I've canceled dates with my girlfriend to play games.
You would.
Before.
See, I've never done that.
I have.
No, yeah.
She
doesn't listen to this
with
episode.
It. She's okay. No, she knows.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, hey, we're gonna do this raid in City of Heroes. So I'll see you tomorrow. Click.
Click.
Yeah.
You have
No love you, bye. Just click. Yeah,
an old school phone where you actually
have to hang it up.
That's another thing people
No,
do.
I just made the noise with my mouth and then hit end.
That and people still do when they talk to somebody outside their car, they still roll down their window. Who the fuck rolls down windows anymore?
Hey.
It's this. You push the button.
My 2005 Pontiac Sunfire, those are manual windows.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't think
they
they made that shit anymore.
They do. Literally, my
they
dad
don't
has
make Sunfires anymore.
Yeah, my dad has a 2010 Kia. Kia's still have
Kia still has. Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking messed up.
Yeah.
Well, I always see these people. It's like, dude, no, that's how you roll down.
That's
a
how you
window.
get the cheaper
push
cars.
the button.
I press down my window.
Yeah, you push in your window. You'll
Yeah.
fucking roll it.
Not everybody's rolling with a Cadillac, buddy.
It's not even mine. It's my mom's car.
Who's gonna do this? What's he doing? He's giving me the finger.
He's like wiggling his little finger.
He's just dingling. I don't know.
Flipping the bean.
On a serious note, though,
Yeah.
if you are having problems with your girlfriend playing games too much, man, jump in and play with her. Be happy you
Yeah,
got a
dude,
chick
that's
playing
Yeah, I
games.
think it's the best suggestion.
Go quest
for you.
with her.
Wife
Hopefully-
that shit.
hopefully-
Wife that shit.
Hopefully you like that game. That's what I have to say. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably like a WoW
If not,
or something.
dude, if not, man, take the opportunity. Take the opportunity of her playing whatever she's playing to go play whatever you want to play. If you don't like her game, take those 2-3 hours and go do whatever the hell you want to go do.
If it's something like she's spending all day not seeing her, then it's probably if you don't really want to do the game. I mean, you're gonna have to have kind of a talk with her. I think with that.
No, you play. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if
I know.
you've got a chick who's playing games, play with her.
I say
just make sure
yeah.
she's showering. Because there's that episode
And
of Big
eating.
Bang Theory where Penny totally gets into MMO gaming and then it's like got a Cheeto in her hair and everything.
Yeah.
True story.
I saw it.
Knew chicks like that.
True story.
I knew chicks like that. Andy was one of them.
You had Cheetos in your hair?
He used to have a ponytail.
You were a chick?
All right.
He also, touching base on what we were talking about, he made another suggestion for an HD remix, kind of an update. He said they should do Mega Man X 1 through 8. He'd like to see that remastered and set out in a collection. They haven't done... Well, have they done that one?
There is a Mega Man
For,
exclusive. Yeah.
for GameCube, right?
I think it was GameCube, PS2, and Xbox.
Fair enough.
It was
I
like
have it on
2006.
I have it on GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he said specifically, he said going back and touching up some of the graphics so they're not as pixelated and everything.
See, half the thing, I mean, that's because Mega Man has like this cult following.
Yes.
Like they're pretty passionate about that stuff. So much so that I mean, they even went back more recently. What was it?
9 and 10.
Yeah, so many people were clamoring for that old school Mega Man that they went back to the 8 and 16-bit days where they made 9 and 10, like Mas just said, in that old school style because that's what the fan base wants.
Well, they just did Mega Man versus Street Fighter on computer. We were
That's
talking
awful.
about. Yeah.
That's
Is
awful. Oh, God. It's not Capcom that made it. It's a fan that
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah, I know, it
It
wasn't-
pitched it to Capcom, and then they gave it away for free. So you get what you don't pay for.
The guy who made it probably who gave it to him complete, and was like, "Yeah, we'll publish it."
Yeah.
There's an update coming out for it apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it. And,
You play it yet or no?
no.
You just don't even want to.
Watch a YouTube video for 45 seconds if you can make it through it. No, but like, there's like well, I'm part of this movement. I want them to remake Part 7, which came out on the Super Nintendo, and Part 8, which came out on the PS1. I want them to remake those to like downgrade them. I'd like to see those
Even lower
Like
bit.
it.
like 1 through 6 and 9 and 10 are all 8-bit, and then these other two oddballs are like, 16-bit, and I don't know what the PS1 bit is.
Mega
Yeah.
Man's, the old Mega Mans
560.
are so,
Maybe
like
32.
they're
Oh,
really
532.
brilliant games. Like they're some of the first games that you can quite literally pick your path, and it's so cool because depending on the first one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. First one had 6, 2 through everyone had 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's cool because like you take one guy's power, like you have to like pre-plan your path playing any of the old Mega Mans because like you take the one guy's whatever he gives you, like Woodman or whatever the hell they give you to go plan out your route to go. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like
Each boss had a very specific weakness, and it was usually one of the other boss's weapons.
Yes, and it was very cool how they did that game.
You're welcome.
Yes.
At first, it was pretty obvious. It's like, we have Bubble Man and we have Heat Man. I'm pretty sure I need to get Bubble and
Water.
then Water against Heat.
Yeah.
By Mega Man 10, now we have like Sheep Man.
Yeah.
Shear Man to trim the sheep.
Sheep Man is somehow turned into like a cloud that shoots lightning. Like that was his weapon. So, but in Mega Man X, I would like to see that upgraded. That's fine.
Yeah.
But Mega Man Original Classic Series, downgraded.
Well, that's all the social media for the week. I was waiting for it. As always, you guys know where to send in your questions. I don't have to go through that because you do it on.
Yep, at
So,
the Fox books.
that brings us. We were talking. We were going to catch up with the tournament a little
And
bit.
I made it a especially small topic of the
Okay,
week.
good.
Just
I
to
want
give
to
you
finish.
time.
I want to finish
Round
round
one.
one. Okay.
Okay.
So we've got 3 matches.
We have to make. Well,
Yeah,
he was-
we're still on round 1. I originally had it at 12. They threw we don't have any more guys.
Oh,
it's
Jason,
like
I take a month.
32.
I take a month off at a time.
Hey,
Screw
yes.
everything up.
How I roll, okay? That's how I roll. All right. So we've got
only
3.
like 3 or 4 matches,
We've got
right?
3 heroes to get through and 3 villains to
That's
get
fine.
through.
Okay. I got a shortened topic of the
All
week on
right.
purpose.
So we're going to start with we just want to do all 3 heroes and then all 3 villains.
You're the man with the plan,
All
good
right.
sir.
Well, that's how I have it written out. So that's what we're going to do. So it didn't matter what
No,
you said.
switch it up. Switch
No,
it up.
too late.
Oh,
Too
damn
late.
it.
First matchup is Frank West versus Earthworm Jim. Frank West being from Dead
Zombie
Rising,
killer.
and Earthworm Jim obviously being from, Sonic the
Earthworm
Hedgehog.
Jim. Yeah. Do you want me to take Earthworm Jim?
Go ahead.
Okay. Earthworm Jim. He's a worm.
Well then.
He wears from Earth. He wears quite a cool suit that makes him extremely muscular. He kind of wraps up within it. He's got guns, crazy jumping abilities, ridiculous swinging ability because he actually uses himself
He uses
as
his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also turns himself into like a lasso type thing, which can actually whip people. He's able to go in outer space. He's also able to go to the depths of hell.
Yeah, he's underwater stage 2.
Yeah, but he's in a little thingy that helps him.
Yeah,
like
because if it gets
submarine.
cracked, then he drowns and he's a worm.
I've played the series.
I know, I'm just
I picked him up for like 5 minutes.
So he can survive in hell and outer space, but not underwater?
Nope.
Have you ever
Not
seen a
when I was
worm
a submarine.
underwater?
It's platforming awesomeness, but go ahead. Who's going to take the guy who's going to kill him?
Do you have him?
Frank West, he was a photographer.
He really is.
He really is.
He got fat after a while.
He's far cooler than the other dude, too.
Yeah, but the other dude was far more creative with his zombie killing weapons.
Yeah.
He could find Mega Man's outfit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, in Dead Rising, you can find Mega Man's outfit.
I was unaware.
It's puppy making noise. He's jealous.
He's bored
yeah.
out of his mind.
I don't know. He can fight zombies, massive amounts of zombies.
See, these are the kind of matchups that are kind of like... Because you got those awesome matchups where a great guy has to lose, and then you got some like these that are just like, these turds aren't going anywhere. I don't know. Anybody got anything to say in either one's defense, or shall we vote?
I didn't do Dead Rising 1, so...
He's in 3 or 2.
2? But I didn't get the DLC
No, he's
for it.
not. He's in off the record, isn't he?
Yeah, he's off the record.
He's one. He's
yeah.
one and off the record, I think.
Whatever. He got fat.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's how he rolled.
You gotta keep your stamina up.
All right. Do you have anything to interject
Nope.
about either
Nope.
of these two? Okay, so we'll go right to a vote. Tony.
As big of an Earthworm Jim fan as I am, I don't see this happening.
Okay. Mark.
I'm going with Earthworm Jim.
I like Earthworm Jim.
I am also going with Earthworm Jim
Holy
for
shit!
one reason.
I'm the only one that likes him. I'm the only one that went against him.
Wait. Who said that you're the only one that likes him? You're omitting one big point, and that was he always said groovy like Bruce Campbell.
He did. Groovy.
Okay, so I'm picking Earthworm Jim.
And he was in one of my favorite levels of all time in any video game.
Which is?
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. That's awesome.
You're quite literally going against the giant booger. And the guy, you're like in a big crevice, and you're bungee jumping
Crevasse.
whatever, on snot. And there's two bungee cords of snot, and you try to bump each other into the sides, which are like full of,
Crusty boogers?
no, stuff that'll kill you.
Glass.
And you gotta like
glass.
bump each other into the spikes or what have you.
But wasn't he
And there's also an alligator at the bottom, or some kind of creature, I've forgotten, I haven't played that game in a decade. Something at the bottom that'll come up and grab you.
Wasn't he also in Clay Fighters?
Who?
Earthworm Jim. I know Booger Man was.
No, it wasn't literally a booger man. It was just...
No, there was a character, Booger Man. He also had his own
No,
side-scrolling...
Shiny Entertainment got bought out a long time ago.
All
That's why
right.
there's no Earthworm Jim anything.
So yeah, Earthworm. He was the cartoon.
Fine, let's move Earthworm Jim on. I don't care. I'm not scared.
We're advancing Earthworm Jim.
I don't think he would have won, but fucking A, man.
Give me a second, and I will advance him in the bracket here. Besides, we got to wait for Mark to come back from the bathroom.
Really?
Camera or gun?
It's not that. That guy could like wield together anything. He could take
still
like
talking?
a canoe paddle and put a chainsaw on it and just...
It's a giant fucking bipedal worm.
Earthworm
okay?
Jim's this big.
No, he's not.
He's just
no,
a little
he's
guy.
not a little guy.
The hamsters in that one level are this big.
What about the cat?
that you have to jump over?
What about the cat?
That's just a mutant gerbil, okay?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And the
he
cows?
is as big as those snakes down in they're finding in Florida right now, right?
The
That's
cows?
how big
Because
he
they're an
is.
Jim expert now. I like it.
cows? They weren't miniature cows.
They were baby
no,
cows.
false.
They
Those
were calves. Calves.
Okay. And Psychro, he wasn't like some type of...
He's a crow. He's the size of a crow. This big.
Okay. Well, he wasn't a giant. You lost. Earthworm Jim wins.
Good.
Good. I got what I wanted.
That's what I wanted.
And there
So
was
that reverse psychology on you bitches.
There was a reason that I was stalling, and that's so that Mark can take the next one.
Okay.
The next one is Agent 47 from Hitman
Yeah.
Nerd.
versus Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right, do you want me to start?
Go ahead.
Agent 47 was a clone basically created with the intent to be the world's best assassin. There was 46 before him, of course. You've never really found out anything before them other than the fact that they died before they were released. If you go to the first game, which is Code 47, basically this guy who I've never beat Code 47, but basically there's this guy in the program who he sees the potential in you, and I believe they're going to be killing 47 originally, but he actually kind of like lets you out, like he gives you a gun right at the beginning of the game, so you escape. And eventually you actually, because you did so well, the agency actually hires you, and you're actually going to be working for them. But basically, who Agent 47 is, he is the, I guess in his world, he's the best, most well-known assassin who is known for his kills of, I mean, it's an interesting style how he does it, like, in certain cases, he will, push people off the edge. He'll poison them. I mean, he can do it multiple ways. And in Absolution, the new one, he actually turns out to be a pretty badass gunsman as well, which he really wasn't before that. I mean, they had this horrible shooting mechanic. Did you ever play any of them, Mess?
Nope, never played.
All right, well, basically, they just had a really bad shooting mechanic. But in the new one, he ends up being a pretty badass with a gun and pretty killer assassin as well. And Tony's got acid reflex, so everyone can know. So I kind of talked about Hitman as well. So who's going to take Sonic?
I'll take him.
Take him?
Unless anybody else wants Sonic, or I'm just volunteering.
No, okay, go for it.
Sonic, as many as you know, was quite literally made to combat Mario in the late 80s.
Yeah. He came in the 80s.
That guy screams 80s, early 90s, from his design to his talk and just absolutely everything about him. Unfortunately, he was designed for a platformer, which is why a majority of our platformers fail to advance, because it's more about jumping than actually, like,
speed. And his is more revolved around like speed with platforming, which in certain levels made
he doesn't
me
do much. I
frustrated.
mean, he jumps. He's got his little Sonic
up.
Blast, his little dash.
Can he go faster than a bullet?
No.
See, he's gonna lose.
He's fast,
He's
especially when you throw the Sonic shoes on him. That sometimes, like,
You don't get no power-ups.
You'd hit. You do not get power ups. It's true. You'd like hit speed blur sometimes.
Oh, and yeah, I know. Yeah.
Whoa. It's actually really cool. It's one of my favorite parts of Sonic Generations when they threw him in that first person perspective and you hit that stride with the Sonic shoes. It's just like the screen is going by so quick. It's so cool. You're just whoa, dude.
It's so cool. Yeah. Speed blur's cool.
But I don't see what he'd do against.
He's going against
one of the best assassins. Calm down.
Yeah.
One
of.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you're going against one of the best assassins, as long as Sonic has one ring, he can't be instant kill.
It's true.
That is an excellent point. I didn't even think of that.
He can always just get hit, get that ring, get hit again, get that ring.
Yeah, I've done that many times when I'm running around with one ring. So he's going up against a guy with two highly customized silver ballers and piano wire. And poisons and sedatives, too.
Don't forget, he can change costumes really quick.
Yeah, really quick.
Really quick.
I mean, he'll try and kill him 1 second, he'll change into a chef costume, and Sonic will try and order a burger, and boom, poison his burger.
He doesn't eat burgers, it's chili dogs. Do you not remember the cartoon?
No,
Jesus.
I actually don't.
Urkel did the voice of him.
Alright, chili dog,
chili dogs.
poison. It's fine by me.
Shall we?
Let's go.
Sonic.
I'm gonna go with Agent 47.
Sonic.
Agent 47.
All right, that goes to a tiebreaker to the guy that's holding a fucking sniper bullet in his hand.
I know who's picking. Do you want a minute to think about it? Shall we move on?
All right,
we're gonna move onward while he sorts out the tiebreaker.
Angry Andy from Spain.
This.
Deciding factor.
What do you call it? The instinct shooting slows everything down,
Yep.
so you can just manually target. Would that count?
That is one
No,
of
that's
his.
a power up.
No, that's actually one of his instincts. You get it right from the beginning.
Yeah, he does
game
have
starts,
that.
you hit the bumper,
You can do it
everything
right away.
Stops, and you just manually target whatever you want.
Yeah, it's his instinct, because basically what he can do is he can slow down time, and it's like the point and click kill.
See, now we're getting in mathematics and physics, because like Sonic moves faster than a normal human being as it is.
But now he can.
So exactly, yeah,
because he is superhuman.
So
He's
it
a
might just
superhuman.
make Sonic look like he's a normal runner.
Yeah.
With his
Yeah,
slowdown
it's a
version?
superhuman assassin,
Which is
basically,
still-
almost.
versus a bipedal hedgehog who could roll into a ball. He's got the dash too, the aerial dash too. That's a stock move. Yeah. So you can totally bounce off his bald head.
Shine it.
Yeah.
He can shine it go that fast.
No,
yeah.
those little spikes are pointy. They're enough to break. They're enough to break robots open.
And the ground.
Yeah. So obviously he would
Obviously
bust
do
the
something.
skull.
Bust a
He would bust the
bust
skull.
a nut.
Okay, Sonic could get a little violent and crack some skulls. I'm just saying. Okay.
Don't forget Sonic Pinball.
Sonic Pinball.
Or
Yeah.
Sonic Spinball.
Yeah.
Actually it was.
Yeah.
Who are you going with? We're moving on for now.
Did Sonic have like that buzzsaw? What was it?
Yeah.
It was like you hit down X or whatever.
Yeah.
and buzzsaw the fish.
Yeah.
Down X.
Yeah.
Down
Down
X.
X.
What an Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a stock ability. It's a stock
It was A,
ability.
B, and C on the Sega Genesis.
That's why I was like, Jesus Christ.
X, Y, and Z were the
If
turbo.
he had the turbo, maybe he just had a turbo controller.
You still wouldn't use that. It was down B or down A.
Whatever. You guys.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
But yes, he did do that. Yes. Let him think.
All right,
Okay,
let him
we'll,
think.
we'll move on
Next
to the
one.
next one.
He also had great balance. That's all I'm saying. On the edge of it.
hey.
All right, come on.
Agent 47 platforms a lot, all right?
I just got the picture of him on that little edge of a building.
Oh, yeah, he's got that really
The 1
weird
foot,
looking,
yeah.
one
All right,
fall.
we've got Leon Kennedy.
He was also the first guy.
All right.
I voted for Hitman 47. He was the first one. No, this was really cool on Genesis behalf. He was the first character to actually start acting out if you didn't do anything on the screen.
Yeah. He'd take a nap.
He was just like twirling his thing, getting bored. But go ahead.
Leon Kennedy from various Resident Evil games versus Captain Price from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's actually a decent matchup.
Yeah. That's why I didn't reveal the last one of each bracket.
This is one of the few things I'll give to Call of Duty is he's my favorite character they ever come out with because they kept him alive for over 60 years, 70 years.
No, I don't think it's the same dude. I think
No,
it's
it is.
just-
Same actor, same mustache, same everything.
No,
They
I
never-
think it's just later down the family tree.
Could he survive a zombie apocalypse?
Probably. He's kind of a
We don't
badass.
know if Leon has.
Play Call of Duty 1, he's kind of a badass. He actually sneaks
Leon
on.
has survived several zombie apocalypses.
He's still in the midst of it.
No.
We don't know if it's over.
It's years
No.
and years. There's a large gap.
He sneaks on to a German destroyer, kills everybody, and then after he went away for a little bit. We actually set some charges and we blew the shit out of that ship.
Hey, he saved the president's daughter from that fucking dude with the beard.
The 7 foot tall.
Yes.
Thing.
Yes.
Los Plagas? Was
Yeah,
it?
whatever. Dude
Los
didn't speak
Polos
English.
Hermanos.
Yeah. 5559292. So, anybody have any relevant points to say towards either of them? You just recently played through 6, so you have a
Yeah.
little bit more
I played
updated.
all Leon. Leon's my favorite Resident Evil character.
Coming from a non-Resident Evil fan.
Oh God!
Ugh, yeesh.
There's no way he's beating Captain Price. I'm sorry. He always needs a partner. He never has bullets. He can't jump. He can't His aim is atrocious. You got to sit there and it's so fucking. The Resident Evils are so poorly designed. There's just no way that guy can keep up with.
He does love his herbs.
If it was Chris Redfield, I'd fight for it more. But Leon Kennedy is not winning this one for me. No. And I don't like Call of Duty. But
I'm not a Call
It's
of
not
Duty-
what you like. It's who'd win.
I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I'm just telling you I hate Leon Kennedy, so he's losing.
Yeah.
For me, he's losing.
See, actually, until Tony said that, I would say Leon was actually going to win, but
Yeah.
he gave some points to give it to Price, I guess. I mean, I'm a Price fan, but I'm trying to give who I think would actually win. Price.
Leon is kind of a putz, to be honest.
Okay, because
He
I'm like a
is.
non-Resident Evil player. So.
I mean, look at he had a simple mission: go get the president's daughter, right? And he's sticking her in garbage cans
mission.
and shit. He's putting her in garbage cans, like stay here.
Stay here. I
I've been
think
sent
it's
to protect
funny.
you, but hide in this garbage can while I go fight this monster. You know.
Like where? International or domestic or what?
He's gonna go.
He's having more lions shipped into him.
What the fuck are you guys?
He said you have more lion meat being shipped in.
All we hear is.
Damn it! That's perfect. Yeah, meet my lion guy.
All we hear is it domestic or international?
All right, let's take it to a vote. Leon Kennedy versus Captain Price.
I'm going with Price.
I'll do Price as well.
I'm going with the anti-Leon vote.
Okay, same here. So it's
Unanimous?
It's unanimous. Screw you, Leon. I hate you.
Sir, have we come up with a Sonic versus Hitman
One thing
thingy?
that's going to decide it. Map, it's like Mortal Kombat, wide open thing.
Yes.
Just Hitman.
Okay.
We got Hitman is now the winner, or Agent 47 is the almost said Hitman again, is the winner of the last matchup.
Rock on.
Angry Andy
All right.
has decided. And he's angry.
All type of pissed off.
So I lied to you.
About what?
There's more than 3, isn't there?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
We skipped the first one.
Yeah, we lost
There's
episodes.
So
6. 5.
You ready?
Thank God I have a short topic.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Master Chief from Halo
Yeah.
versus Sir Daniel Fortescue.
Yeah, I remember this one.
I don't even know who that is.
He's,
Should I know who that is?
He's
He's cool.
a skeleton from Medieval. It's more of a comical game set in, like, it looks like Tim Burton designed
okay.
it, and
All right, I think I got my vote.
he's a very good swordsman. But going against Chief, I don't.
I'd
see much
love to
happening.
give it to him because I do like his character after you had explained it the first time in one of our lost episodes.
Not one of them. There's only one. There's a couple.
There's a couple of them. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I would love to give it to him because he is a cool character, but I would have to give it to Chief.
Yeah, I do too.
But he's a cool character. I do like him.
Yeah.
And I would like to play one of
All
his
right,
games.
Chief is advancing.
See, that was easy enough. Okay. We'll wait till next week to recap the second
overall
round.
one round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Tony bracket?
Yeah, Tony
Tony
bracket. All right. We've got Sephiroth from Final Fantasy
Okay.
versus the Witch from Left 4 Dead.
Oh, that witch is a fucker. Died so many. That's like the only time I die.
She does.
Does anyone know much about Sephiroth?
I do, but I
Please
really
tell
don't
whatever
have.
you can, really.
He's also a clone of a god of a clone, and he's got a really long sword, and he's got some sweet hair.
Who in Final Fantasy doesn't have sweet hair? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but his is actually realistic. Okay.
What do you mean by sweet?
It's
Long,
so over
flowing,
exaggerated.
silky. Dude can pretty much throw a meteor at you.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. I really that's I mean he's like the be all end all boss for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm leaning more toward him because the witch, as ruthless as she is, you almost got to antagonize her.
You do.
Yeah.
If you don't mess with her,
You can sneak by.
and even so, 4 regular humans with pistols can take her out.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get their eyes gouged out in the
Yeah.
process, but you can pretty much
whatever.
take her down.
One good shot to the back of the head, too. is
It's on
shoddy.
you guys. I don't really care that much about this one.
You know,
It's
just
kinda-
from what he said, I mean, I was leaning towards Sephiroth because I do know a little about him just from Kingdom Hearts, but
Yeah.
he is kind of still a badass. So I
He's
mean,
got a badass theme song too.
You got anything on either one of these?
Nope, nothing.
All right.
I guess we're gonna go
Shall we go
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay with me.
We've got the Creepers from Minecraft versus Team Rocket.
Oh.
I love this matchup when he told me last week.
Team Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Team Rocket loses every single time.
They do.
I
Like
don't know
in
what the fuck
virtually
it is.
every single episode.
Here's the argument for Team Rocket. I'm going to base
I
it
was
off
gonna
the
say that.
video game version of Team Rocket.
What, their resilience?
They're the only team.
what I was gonna give them, yeah.
They're the only team to actually kill a Pokemon.
Really?
They killed Cubone's mother. Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. They're the only group in the Pokemon universe that has actually murdered a Pokemon.
My argument for Team Rocket is the only attack a creeper has is self-destruct, and Team Rocket has survived every explosion known to man. If you watch the show, every episode they're flying 300 feet in the air and they'll be fine next episode.
I wouldn't put past them to try to catch a creeper.
Yeah, me neither. They're also
They
dumb
do
as
kind
a
of. They do
post.
kind of look like a Wobbuffet, like a green Wobbuffet. So he's like, what?
I don't play Pokemon. I have no idea what
Wobbuffet
you
looks
guys
like a
talking
giant blue penis.
Okay.
You do know what that looks like.
A blue one? No, but I can picture.
Wait, you've never seen Watchmen?
You've never seen the Avatar porn.
No, I haven't. There's porn on Avatar?
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
He's not somebody
They
Google
probably
now.
survived self-destruct attacks from
Pokemon.
No, they have. They've survived from Electro.
Here's my 2 cents. As a guy who doesn't play Minecraft and doesn't play Pokemon, from what Mark said, pretty much ends the creepers. Their only attack is a self-destruct.
Yes.
So if it misses, or even if it only takes 99% of, what's their fucking name?
Team Rocket.
Even if it only takes 99% of their life away, they're still alive while the creeper's dead.
I'm giving it to Team Rocket because their resilience has made them survive throughout, I don't know how
over
many
10
episodes.
years.
Yeah, for like 10 years of being exploded.
What happens if you just turn the time off in Pokemon Land and leave it at noon?
What?
You can do that in Minecraft. You can turn off night.
No, that's cheating.
Yeah, it's
okay. I'm just saying.
If you're
Pokemon, they're cheaters.
If you're playing by standard rules in Minecraft, creepers can come out during the day.
Yeah,
they can.
They're like the only enemy that can be.
Doesn't play Pokemon. Doesn't play Minecraft. Again, don't know. Just saying.
Well, we just told you.
Just saying.
All right.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Blasts off at the speed of light.
Yeah, like every time.
Oh, wait, is that right? Blasts off, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And here's the matchup that Mark's gonna cry. We've got Andrew Ryan from BioShock.
I love Andrew Ryan.
Do you?
I do. He's one of my favorite villains.
Is he? That's good to know. Versus Darth Malik.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
Darth Malik is from
my favorite RPG, which is Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. First one.
I could take Andrew Ryan. He's he's one of the most ingenious villains the video game world's ever seen. The problem is he doesn't have much of an attack.
Doesn't he get killed by a golf club?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Nothing happens. Yeah. He sets up this craziness.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's funny. It's great to listen at. I loved him. Mm-hmm. What the hell's he going to actually do besides set up a world to maybe? To me, he's very Gladys-ish. Yeah. They don't really do much. They're just evil and funny in the corner.
This is true. And Darth Malik.
He is he basically is the main villain. He used to be a Jedi, so he's trained in the Force. He is, I believe, in that game, he's a Jedi Sentinel, which means he's like half. But they buff him up. So basically, he's got amazing melee, and he also has some abilities that they'll just freeze you. Basically, he actually has freeze. He does have freeze.
I'm not scared. Sub-Zero's gonna fuck him up.
So, I mean, he's got that. Basically, he went off into, the depths of space, and he found, some ridiculous technologies, like the story of the first KOTOR. And he comes back, and he just brings an entire fleet after... He actually did lose to the Jedi originally, but he escaped, brought back a fleet.
Revan?
Yeah. So him and Revan went out to space, and... They brought back this fleet, and they just massacred all the Jedi. This is supposed to be 5,000 years before Episode 1.
It's essentially, if somebody was able to control the Flood, one guy goes off into outer space, brings back the Flood with him to wipe out all the Jedi.
Well, he found a fleet, basically. He found a ridiculous fleet. He came back, and he just controlled the whole galaxy. All the Jedi went into hiding. This was... I forget what they call it in the Star Wars franchise right now, but basically it's the time where they dominated everything and there was no resistance of whatever. It was just all them. And 10 Jedi.
Yeah, he kind of in storyline wise, he kind of makes Palpatine look like a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, Palpatine was not...
I love Andrew Ryan. I'm not on his side.
No, I mean, like I said, I love both of these guys.
I don't think he's got much of an attack. I don't think he can do it.
Malik is one of the best Dark Jedi Star Wars history.
Darth Vader.
No, he'd kick the shit out of Vader, sadly.
All right, so we taking it to a vote. Mark?
Yeah. It's gotta be Malik. It's trying to be as judge, on either side as it is. It's just Malik is a badass, and Ryan is fantastic as a villain, but he just doesn't have much for actual attacks.
Yeah, that's his major downfall. I mean, if he can set up a whole world specifically geared toward taking, because he's got
50 years.
He's that good to set up another version of Rapture, just designed to take down Malik. He probably could, but this is just a fight, and it's not going to happen.
I withhold.
I'm going with Malik.
There we have it.
Which brings us to our final one for the villains.
No, we have to do the first one again?
Tony Brackett.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's it.
This is the first one?
Yeah, we're back to the top.
The end of round 1 for the Tony Brackett.
It is Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal versus the Pac-Man ghosts.
Inky, Blinky, and Clyde?
Yep, Inky, Blinky, and Clyde.
Pinky? Inky, Binky, Pinky, and Clyde.
Inky, Pinky, yeah, Blinky, and Clyde.
Does this need a discussion?
We had a decent discussion about it, about the ghosts haunting.
Yeah, we actually
haunting Sweet Tooth. But in the end, Sweet Tooth won.
Now we have to see, because the ghost can only be hurt when you pick up the bigger white dot.
Sweet Tooth's in a car. He can get to the power pellets really quickly.
Yeah, but if it's if it's one of the later levels, the power pellets have no effect on the ghosts. They cannot be killed.
Oh.
I think Sweet Tooth would enjoy the company of the ghosts.
Yeah, I think he would too, technically. Sweet Tooth has an awesome story.
Sweet Tooth's like the darkest character ever in video games.
Yeah, he really is.
He joins a tournament. His whole life is spent killing things. And the one girl that got away, he joins a tournament because the prize of winning the tournament is you get any one wish in the whole world. And his one wish is to get another chance to kill the one girl who got away. That's fucked up.
And
that is awesome. I never knew that, but
there's so much behind
Sweet
who
Tooth
the girl
is
too that makes it even more.
Yeah, it's
up.
more in depth, but
Yeah.
it's.
He's actually also the only character in Twisted Metal to actually be two different characters at once. It was Twisted Metal Black, I believe. You could play a Sweet Tooth, and then I don't remember if it was what other one, but it was somebody in Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane is actually the physical embodiment of Sweet Tooth. That was him.
Yeah, because he puts on like the costume and the mask and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's one of the darkest characters like out there in terms of his story.
Shall we vote?
Yeah, I'm going Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you need, hold on.
Please defend the ghosts.
The ghosts cannot be killed. They get eaten, they go back home, and then they're right after you again.
Sweet Tooth.
They have
really
the power of immortality.
Sweet Tooth really can't be killed either. He just respawns.
Well, if we're sticking with the storyline, okay. Spoilers. He finds his wish is take me to my daughter. It's his daughter. He finds that he's trying to murder.
This is the daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come to find out,
it's messed up. I wasn't trying to ruin it. Yeah.
She killed herself 10 years prior. So he gets teleported into her coffin with her skeleton. He's still alive. He gets out. Okay. So he is pretty much immortal too, for the most part. The man's head is on fire.
His head is on fire. He is blind in one eye though.
Yeah.
Because of his daughter with a knife to the face.
Yeah.
Everyone should play Twisted Metal. The new
He
one.
also turns into a mech that could destroy the entire Pac-Man world.
All right. I guess. Poor Clyde.
Poor Inky. As much as I'd love to see...
I just want to see the Pac-Man Ghost advance just because it'd be funny. But I'm sorry, they don't stand a chance.
I'll have to give it the...
we do have one issue that's unresolved from round one, from the tournament, and we can put it to bed and end it completely.
Yeah, we did one.
It was Kratos versus Link. We didn't really get that much of an argument, but I want to be able to move past it. Okay, I am giving up the fight and the argument about about Kratos beating Link. Kratos is more brutal. He would in a straight up fight. Okay, not killing.
Here's the other thing that I wanted to touch on. I think we do a smaller tournament later with powers because I think this is a different story.
Yeah,
another way.
We're going base power against base power in a 1 versus 1. Some of our fans were making great points, but they weren't following the rules that we had set. And Kratos would have the speed advantage and the brutality advantage over Link.
Why was Link versus Kratos
it was
one?
Random.
This is what I said, and then you got stupid Kennedy. Shit. That's what I was saying.
Here, let me.
We had a random generator.
This should be in the finals.
When I originally made the 12-man tournament, went through and set it up very specifically for first round matches. Certain people who will be unnamed.
Mark and Tony
demanded that there be more people.
No, and I also
demanded that it be randomly generated.
Yes, I wanted it to be random generated as well.
So it was a randomly generated thing. I put all the names. I bought an app for $1.
Yeah, he did.
And put all the names in the list and let it randomly generate. And this is what came up.
Right.
It's sad because it should have gone a lot longer.
I like Kratos, but Link is. Link is you. You're supposed to be Link.
Understand.
You're choosing yourself to be defeated.
I understand, and in this case,
I'd piss myself if I looked at Kratos with
and in this case, I am.
Blades of
I
Chaos
gave it a great fight.
He
Tony and I actually went outside and we're actually punching each other afterwards.
It was awkward to still be in here. Like my ride might be dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kratos advances.
And then we cried afterwards and hugged. But yeah, Kratos.
No, I really think
Kratos
we do a smaller one with powers because all this changes. Because Samus got knocked out early too because of lack of power ups and stuff. It's just there's. I think
took away her suit.
I think it's different if you take everything that's available to a because right now we're doing base character versus base character. I think it's a far different story if you take everything into account.
Because every character has one power that they're undefeatable almost.
I've absolutely loved doing the tournament, and we're
We're going to need something when the tournament's done.
Exactly. There's plenty of people that we didn't put in from games this year that came out after we started and things like that we have to go back and this is far from over.
Yeah, we need Connor from Spec Ops.
What happened to Handsome Jack?
Right?
He
was a late.
Handsome Jack would be good too.
You don't know about there's a lot of good. Yeah, we'll keep it rolling.
So that's
ongoing
that
thing.
caught us up. We're finished with round 1.
All right.
Next week we will reveal all the round 2 brackets, who's facing who, and we'll go from there.
Okay, let's get an early move on the Tony's topic of the week. This is a short one because I didn't know how long Jason's catch-up was going to take. This week, some of you may have heard that basically the counterpart to Skylanders, the Disney Infinity line got released.
Announced.
I'm familiar with it.
Excuse me, not released. The pricing got okay. You're not familiar with it. Okay,
no, first, I'm familiar with
I'll give everybody a quick background in case you're not familiar with it. This is basically Disney's fuck you to Activision, where they're going to try to replicate the success of Skylanders, but they're going to do it in the Disney universe. It's quite literally an exact ripoff, but they cost more. There's going to be that starter kit with the little portal-esque type thing. It's going to come with 3 or 4 characters in the beginning in a game, and then you can buy all the Disney characters on the side. Put them on the portal, and they become part of the game. Exactly like...
It is. It's an exact copy of it.
It's quite literally the same thing. The pricing is a little bit more than what Skylanders did. I know they're a few dollars more. The base game, I think, is actually the same price. They're $75 for the consoles, and they're $10 cheaper for the handhelds, for 3DS and stuff.
Okay.
Vita, by the way, is the only console not getting it.
Yeah.
They're $30 for the 3 units, which Skylanders is $25, right? $24.99.
Yeah, $24.99.
For the 3 packs.
Yeah,
and it's $13 for an individual guy versus 10.
Yeah,
10.
10 for one from Skylanders. So that's the pricing. Any initial thoughts before we get into some of the topics?
I am interested with this because with Disney, I know they had said they're going to go with the Disney characters, but if you look at the Disney universe at this point of what they've acquired, Jason has something to say now.
Just using the base Disney characters, and the exposure that those base characters get. I believe Jack Sparrow is one of the starting characters.
It's Jack Sparrow, one of the dudes from
Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
it's Sully
and one of the
Toy
4.
Story.
No, the Invisibles.
Mr. Incredible.
Incredibles, not Invisibles.
Yeah,
What the fuck am I talking about?
I saw some of the Toy Story characters.
Yeah, Toy Story is in it.
Yeah,
Those are the add-ons, the 3 packs
Yeah,
and
the
the
3
1 packs.
they're coming with it, right off the bat.
Based on the exposure that Disney has with those characters alone, they're going to do tremendous with this.
Yeah. So that's my first question. Does anybody think this is actually going to work well?
Yes.
Nope.
I do.
No?
No.
With
Disney hasn't made a good video game. I can't think of a good video game they've made. They made Epic Mickey. Was that
Epic Mickey 1.
I liked Epic Mickey 1, but it wasn't a good game.
The Disney Universe game that plays very much like the Lego games.
I thought that was more of a Little Big
Does
Planet.
Disney
A
make
Little
Kingdom
Big Planet
Hearts?
ripoff.
No, it actually plays like the Lego games, where you can actually have multiple characters. It's kind of a hybrid, I would say.
Yeah.
But you do get the option to play as several different Disney characters. You put on suits essentially, so you can have
3 humans in the suits.
You could have a little Jack Sparrow. You could have a little Jack Skellington running around. That game is actually pretty fun. Being in line with the Lego / Little Big Planet, kind of everyone accessible platformer. It's something that like I could play with my little cousins, or something that I can sit and play with my girlfriend, or I might play by myself because it's not bad. So they do have, regardless of all the shovelware, they have had a couple of gems in there in recent memory.
Do we know what studio is making this? Is it the same studio that did Disney Universe, or are we talking about one of their newer acquires?
GTS.
Which one's that?
Google that shit. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
GTS
What's
Productions.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, they're
what's the
new.
exact title again?
Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
As for me, I see this going. I'm right in the middle. I really have no. I could see it failing miserably, or I could see it doing very, very well.
The collectibles might just take off
That's
without the game.
That's what I was going to get at. Is Disney has such a strong following just for like Minnie and Mickey figurines and stuff like that. And I was looking at a couple of these. Some of these are badass. Like I'm a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
Yeah.
And the Jack Skellington one that they have for
cool.
it's awesome. Like I might not want the game, but I might go buy this little Jack Skellington figure. Yep. You know what I mean? It's just cool to sit on a desk. They look really, really nice. And they're, $13-14 a pop. So you might have this weird thing where the game sells but doesn't sell, but the collectibles are just huge.
Do you think there's going to be any so many kids, so many people bought into the Skylanders, and they're now into that universe? Are they going to move?
That was my point with why I don't like it. I got it right here. The ecosystem.
Here we go.
That too many people are. Go ahead. Sorry.
Disney Interactive Studios is producing the game. Epic Mickey, Kingdom Hearts, Turok.
Do they make Kingdom Hearts? I thought
They were partnered in with it. Turok, Spectrobes. And Split Second.
Wow, those are all atrocious games.
How dare you?
Kingdom Hearts.
Split Second was actually kind of
Epic
cool.
Mickey?
I liked Epic Mickey. It was a terrible game. It had
Split
the worst
Second was
camera
kinda good.
angles ever in a game. Ever. I love that game. I'm just saying, it's a bad game. I like bad
Which
games.
Kingdom Hearts did they make?
It just says
1.
Kingdom Hearts 1. Yeah.
Because 2, they went to a different studio.
But the thing I was going to say, why I think it might have struggled, is that market of the people that want that style of game, like Mas was just saying, they're very, very involved in the ecosystem of Activision Skylanders, where they're already invested. They have Skylanders and Skylanders Giants. They already poured $200-300 into these little statues, and they're just kind of. Our parents really going to be. They're kind of going to be like, no, you made your bed. We'll buy you a few more Skylanders.
What I think,
shut
though,
up.
is
I'm not going to start this whole new thing over.
With some of the actual parents, like they'd much rather have a Disney figurine than this little dude that you have no idea, what it is. Disney has its name still.
Really quick, they also, on a worldwide scale, produce games or publish Luminous 2, Luminous Plus, Luminous, and every extended extra. Just, I'm on the wiki.
Good information there, Jason.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting because, like I said, because Skylanders never appealed to me personally.
Yeah.
I loved Spyro, but ever since they got rid of him 15 years ago, I don't like. I like the original 3. You know what I mean, on the PS1, and now they kind of made it way too geared toward children. And the whole Skylanders thing is great money cash grab. It's a great idea.
Million.
It was truly brilliant on Activision's part what they did
It's
there.
one of their best-selling series currently.
I don't even play the games, and I have no interest in them. But when I see the toys, I just harken back to my childhood. These are this is the kids' modern days Ninja Turtle toys.
I wish this shit was out when we were kids. That thing is awesome.
I know. I almost want to buy the toys just to collect them for collection purposes.
But here's the thing. See, something like Disney could turn us around if it's not super childish. Because then we forget that Disney owns Star Wars. Disney owns Marvel. You can have fucking Luke Skywalker face off against
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what I mean? And you can't get that in Activision Skylanders.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But to me, I wish they would do that as well because it would be something interesting. But I really think they're going to corner that family market, which is what I believe is why they're doing it like this. Exactly, with the figurines, everything like that.
For me, if they take the concept behind Spyro with the figures and everything, even though I didn't purchase it myself, I was given a free copy of it. I tried the game. It was actually kind of fun.
I played it too. It's a fun game, actually.
Again, for me, my comparison for it would be like the Lego games. Because those are the family-friendly games that I play currently. And it was on par with them. So for me, as long as the figures are cool, like you said, it's something to collect. And as long as the game is halfway decent, I'll at least give it a shot. I know I'm going to have to because of Kim. Okay, because it's got fucking Jack Skellington in it. I already have to buy it.
Well, gotta put
$100
for that.
Exactly. It's true. And if not, then I'll just return to defective.
That didn't work. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, that's what I did with the other one. It's a stand don't work.
That's the thing is like because Disney has so many like you guys know like the Star Wars crazy people, right? That get every single
yeah.
So I mean, something like this, you're already selling out of the Star Wars characters.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like,
even if people don't want the game, they're going to go buy these little figurines. Especially they make them kind of cool. I know there's a lot of those old original Disney cartoon fans that love like
Gargoyles.
not even is
Darkwing Duck.
Is Popeye Disney?
No, that is
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Looney Tunes.
Okay, well, just that style of animation from the 30s and 20s.
Max Fleischer, I believe.
You got like Felix, isn't it Felix the Cat?
Felix
and
the
stuff?
Cat,
and like people like are nuts about that shit. And Betty Boop, is that Disney?
No, wait.
Or is that Warner Brothers? Or
that's also Warner.
The point being, I don't know. I'm not like Warner. A cartoon connoisseur. I'm saying those old school cartoons. All I'm trying to get is they have these mass followings. They have these people that no matter what, they're going to go out and buy these collectibles for it. So
yeah, those old ones are exactly what you just said. Like literally, there's a market because that's when animation was just starting. Like people love animation. Literally, those old ones are highly collectible. Betty Boop statues. I mean, she's still really popular. Watch the banned episodes of Betty Boop. Absolute perversion everywhere. It's gross.
And then there's the comic book followers. Like are you DC or Marvel?
It depends.
You're Marvel plus Batman, right? Like most people?
He's Batman.
Marvel plus Batman.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what most people are.
That's what I do too.
But anyway, I mean, you got the comic book fans that'll go out and run out and get all. I don't know if the game's gonna do well. I just got this feeling these statues are gonna be impossible to find.
Oh, they will be.
And the games are gonna be everywhere.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. As somebody who again, we'll at least try it. I'm also an uncle and a godfather, and I know my nieces and nephews and things like that. They'll play the games, and it might be something for me to play with them. They're not going to play Lego Lord of the Rings. They have no idea who the hell Gollum is, or they're not going to play Lego Batman. My godson knows who Batman is, but he
Indiana Jones. I don't think most kids.
But now,
know that.
if you
they won't get the references.
No.
Now, if I go out and get the Lightning McQueen figure, and all of a sudden he can sit there and play the game with me as McQueen, he knows who that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's also going to kind of bridge that a little bit.
That's the other thing, like you're saying, it might bring parents, because, I mean, like, the dad might be like, oh, yeah, I'll play as Princess Leia. And then the kid's like, yeah, I'll play as, what's his name? Tater? The little tow truck? Mater from Cars. And, all of a sudden you got father-son running through the world together.
And like I know I said it kind of when I was walking out of the room, but realistically, for somebody our age, you do have the characters from Tailspin, Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck, that could be put into the game for
Tailspin.
For someone like us to appeal to that.
I mean,
not necessarily even like the Marvel characters. You can still appeal to us by all those great mid-'90s, early 90s Disney animation cartoons that there were for us.
Yep. Plus they have almost 100 years of cartoon movies to go off.
Yes.
What else do we got here? I just thought I wanted to throw this in there.
Where's he getting 100 years at?
I think it's 70 years.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was like a copyright
It's okay, I'm just
thing
making fun of you.
Walt Disney,
I don't know.
But
Yeah,
continue.
I know about animation.
I really don't know. No idea.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? Activision. I just thought this was funny to throw it in there.
When
They came out.
responded?
Yeah. They came out and said, we welcome the competition, and they said, good luck. Very smirky.
Very smirky internet text.
Yes.
Hey, you're the one guy behind the computer.
Look, the people who will win will be gamers when there's more competition. So it'll,
I'd hope
the better product, hopefully.
Aside from that, I mean, we could kind of wrap it up, go around if you guys got anything you want to throw in, go ahead, or else we could kind of do some final thoughts.
I got one thing to throw
By all
in.
means.
I know like about a week ago, there was the big Pokemon X and Y announcement.
Oh, yeah.
In the build-up towards it, there was like a 2-week build-up. There's going to be an announcement this day. I thought that Pokemon was going to announce the next Pokemon, an actual real Pokemon game for the Wii U.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be a Skylanders thing with toys.
That would work, though. It would work.
Like something like that.
Because in Skylanders, you can actually take little Spyro and you can level him up in the game.
What would you put it on the Wii U?
They would have to do a portal. They have to do their own portal.
You would have to do a portal.
How would you play?
You'd have to do a portal.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were saying they were going to... Okay.
No.
Don't mind me.
Well, I don't even know if that would work.
They could theoretically do a QR card or whatever the hell those things are
the AR cards.
And scan the card in for a Pokemon.
That could be just a trading card pack. You can buy trading cards again.
Yeah.
I thought that...
Coming up with something.
FCP. I thought that Pokemon really should have done that. And I thought they still might do that.
Yeah.
And I think that would be something that would really work for, I guess, Nintendo.
Nintendo, I mean, they could, and then if it did well, they can expand upon it and actually do like a Nintendo universe game.
That's how they could bring back the entire
I don't know.
point of the trading cards for Pokemon.
You don't need the universe. You don't need you just need the Pokemon. There's 700 of them after this next generation.
I'm just saying, after what you were saying about the Flash game that you played, where you could play through the original Mario Brothers level as different characters, you could be Kirby.
Well,
that's why.
Can you imagine? Look, how big are these figurines, by the way?
Probably around
5,
that. Maybe
Skylanders are like this, and Skylanders Giants are like that.
It's like 6 inches,
what
8
is
inches.
this? About 4 inches?
No, because they're like this, but they're wide.
They're like 6
'Cause
inches by 8 inches.
They got like these big wingspans and stuff on the Giants.
Okay. All right, like those might be too big for the Pokemon. Like I'm
also,
thinking
you can do like 700 of them.
You could do like Hero Click size, the old Hero Click games. Where they have the Hulk, but he was like this big.
Right, I'm thinking like
2 or 3
these
inches.
like 2 to 3 inch figurines, and have 700 of them released over the course of a decade.
Well, see, this is why I was saying the trading cards, because trading cards haven't really been that popular for that. So you do the trading card.
The trading card game is still big. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yes. Jeez,
Okay.
they still have that damn tournament.
Okay.
You can make those so highly collectible if you do them like how they issued out the quarters.
Exactly.
Where you
That's
stop,
what I'm saying,
and then you stop print like, hey, these are only available from 2014 to 2016.
That's what I mean.
You get all 20 because in 2016 you can't find these anymore.
You'd have your rares, like your shinies and your legendaries and whatnot.
Yeah. So
that'd be genius.
I thought Nintendo was gonna. I thought this was their big announcement. I didn't think they were going to announce the Generation 6 games. And I actually hope they do. I mean,
damn it! I want to play that one now.
I don't even want to play it. I just want the toys. If you look in my office and you see all the little Zelda toys,
you need a bigger house. All 700.
Yeah.
I was kind of leading into this earlier. This is kind of me wrapping it up. This is why I don't want to go too much more into it with Tomb Raider, because I think what Skylanders and Activision did is brilliant. Because depending on how you look at it, these characters are day one DLC. Whether you want to admit it or not, that's what they are. They unlock parts of the game that aren't available to you unless you go out and buy an extra piece. And this is another way to keep people from complaining about DLC. It also elongates the game. It keeps people interested if you're releasing characters months after the game comes in. It keeps people playing your game. And this is the kind of stuff I think every single producer and game manufacturer should be thinking of as new ways to do stuff like this. I highlighted what 343 did with Halo. I think that was brilliant. This is another brilliant way. These are the kinds of way people should be keeping gamers engaged in their game past the first week, not fucking tacked on multiplayer.
There's one other cool aspect to it also that you can't do with digital DLC that Skylanders is able to take advantage of, and that's trading. I had a couple of friends who used to swap pieces, like, oh, here, I finished this level. Here's this guy.
Yeah, I don't need him anymore.
Yeah.
Take him. Yeah, and give me your guy. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's brilliant with what they did.
Especially how they locked certain, because what they did is they had like the different element types for each character. There's actually parts of the game you can't even get to with the original 3 that come in that pack.
Yeah, there's a little Dark Spyro.
Yeah,
he's cool looking.
That's what I'm saying.
Basically, you need to go buy an extra 3 to 6 of them just to get to every part of the game.
It's just them hiding behind these figurines
I
that
think it's
unlock
brilliant.
parts of the game.
It works.
It's the smartest thing that anyone's done in a long time. Between this and, like I said, with Spec Ops, this is where the industry should be going if they want to instead of like online passes and stupid crap like that, it's like be smarter about it, be creative, do something different that keeps people engaged in your game longer.
I'd rather wait 2 weeks for another game to come out than a week. Every week having something. Take longer on your game. Think about ideas. Think it through more.
I said it before on the show. I don't want Tomb Raider multiplayer. I'd rather them all the man hours they put in that. I wanted one more hour in my campaign.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep that game. I wasn't going to trade it in.
Yeah,
unless it sucks.
One thing that
defective.
Now you're catching on.
Didn't work a week after I bought it.
There's a reason that I don't have this huge library, but my gamer score's at 40,000. Okay.
But one thing I think Disney could actually do with this, if it really catches on, sort of like what Skylanders does, they can. What if Disney creates like new IP through this, like releases, like let's say Disney has a brand new character. Sort of like what they did with like Monsters Inc. Like
add somebody, you got a
brand new character, just throw him into this game, and then wait, he's coming to a movie 6 months from now, and like
that's what they did with Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, isn't he's going to be in this?
Well,
game?
he was a movie.
He'll be in this.
Yeah. I meant it the other way. He was a movie that turned into a video game.
Yeah,
this could be a video game. Yeah, I did it the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he'll end up being in this game. I guaranteed it.
Yeah, that did surprisingly well.
Speaking of Wreck-It Ralph, I actually played the Fix-It Felix Jr. arcade.
Isn't it awesome?
That they
I
released.
love that.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah,
it's like an '80s arcade game.
Yeah.
Did you play it on the computer or?
I played it on my iPad.
Oh, they have it on that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at the Underground Retrocade it's all the way in East Dundee, Illinois. They actually have an arcade cabinet of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. They got
awesome.
the artwork and everything.
Nice.
Fix-It Felix. I like how it's Fix-It Felix Jr. Not signifying.
Not even senior. Not even the. Yeah.
Not even the regular. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, go Disney.
All right. Anybody else got anything to add?
No, that's about it.
All right. This has been episode 50. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Go Blackhawks.
Right?
Ba-yum-ba, bum-ba-da-da-da-yum, bum-ba-da-da-yum.